for the type of energy only Darren McCarty and Neil Rule can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, what's going on, buddy? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. It is a Nickel Package Friday. It is a Bourbon Friday. Shout out Varchaz over there on Chicago Road. Go to their little tasting room there and have a drink. For real. It's a cool spot, everybody. I'm telling you that. Great old-fashioned, by the way. Sean Belesian in for D-Mac. Sean, what's good?
What up? How you doing? I love having conversations with the boys before the show starts.
Can you please get out of the camera shot?
Yeah, God damn it, Justin.
We're not talking about Austrian national
Justin,
hockey right now.
I need to say this publicly. I am such a big fan of yours, and before you think that I'm saying this just for your benefit right here, in the bullpen I said that to Neil. I literally said that to Neil. I'm a big fan of yours. I am. Seriously.
I am
and
too.
Do you know what I love? I love your youthful belief. I do.
He's still got the hope in his eyes, Sean.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
He's got that gleam. Dude, I love it.
I do too. So, again, my name is Neil Roll. That's Sean Belesian. As we said, we got the squad here in the house. We got Chase in the sound booth. Intern Simeon is here in the house.
Young
out. Justin is here.
Shout out.
All of you as well. Spencer Raxter in the building.
Hello.
Spenny, what's good, man?
Not much. What's good with you? I can't hear anything. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm good. I'm chilling.
Okay, good.
Going golfing on Sunday. Sycamore Hills. Excited for that.
I'm going today, as a matter of fact, and it's beautiful outside.
It is beautiful.
Place. One day, I get one day, and here it is, everybody. So anyway, whatever.
This morning.
We're going to do it. What's that?
When I woke up at 7 this morning, it was beautiful. Just turned out to be gray.
It's a little cloudy right now, but it's going to clear up.
Is the temp still there, though, at least?
Catch us at McShane's tonight. Catch us at McShane's
Hype
tonight.
that up.
White Claw Tour.
Spot.
It's going to be so much fun. I'm going to be down there probably 4 o'clock until, obviously, we're doing the show down there 5 to 7. And then I'm chilling watching the Tigers game after that. So come out with the boys.
Great
it's
spot run by great people. I'm serious.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't been down to McShane's yet, that place is legendary. I'm a big fan of McShane's.
Jump into the Woodward Sports chat thread. Get your thoughts out there and partake in the conversation. We do have the Nickel Package Friday going on, and we're getting to all of them today, damn it.
No, we're not.
Yes,
I didn't
we
even
are.
put them all on the sheet.
Yes, we are. Well, I can't. Once I send it off, I can't be responsible for what happens to it. We're doing it today. All right, Sean, a couple things. Number one is, and I'm going to lean on you because you've lived this, and I'm living it for the first time today. It got a little emotional today. I dropped my son off he's a senior in high school. Dropped him off, as I always do, on the way to the office, on the way to the gym, on the way to the studio here. Dropped him off. I'm a man, right? I'm 40. Sean,
never gonna end.
It didn't. There were no signs of this, but when he got out of the car and walked in the building, man, for the last time, I'm not gonna lie to you, it hit pretty hard.
It is okay because my son was my firstborn. It hit hard. But I say this all the time, and I think the fathers out there of daughters will agree with this. The way I treat my son and the way I treat my daughter are two entirely different things.
I agree.
Okay?
Me too. I'm the only honest parent in America about that.
And I have admitted this to my son. Jack, if you're watching, you can't act surprised. I've admitted this. I can't tell you how many times I've told my son, suck it up.
Yeah.
Be a man. Knock it off.
You got to deal
Shout
with
out,
it.
Jack.
And when my daughter, honey,
I can't you.
do you need
Treat him like a Vikings fan.
Do you need any money? And then I reach for because money heals everything. Honey, here, take it. Here, take my card. Whatever you want. Here's the pin and everything. But that was, to your point, Neil. That was the same dynamic. That's your little boy. I don't care what anybody says. That's your little boy.
It hit way harder.
I'll never forget when he was coming out. Oh, isn't that awesome?
Yeah, that's him in elementary school, and today I dropped him off for the last time. And look, I'll be honest, and if you're watching, son, you know this because I say it to your face. You can be a pain in the ass sometimes, but you hold the door open for people, and that's all I care about.
It's a good kid.
That's it, yeah.
We've had Cristiano on the show before.
Absolutely.
You know what the
Friend of the
worst part-
heavyweights.
He's been on the heavyweights talking UFC.
The worst part for me is when they came out of the school, like that. And what they did at Northville is they had all the kids wear the shirt of the college that they were going to. And you see all the kids coming out. My kid comes out beaming. And I think he's beaming because he knows he's about to go get hammered, right?
Hell yeah.
But he's got his DePaul shirt on, right? And like honestly, it was somebody punched me as hard as they could in the spleen at that moment. It was a combination of pride and pain and Dad's got to go to his car. He left his dip in the car. I mean, it's really.
Yeah, Sean.
I can't describe it to you guys. It's phenomenal.
The moment like that for me with my dad. So, like,
Shout out Terry Foster.
I was the most.
Yep.
My dad loved because I played football, obviously, and I was good at football. So he loved that because none of my other brothers played football except for my oldest one. And he was like punt return, kick return kind of guy. So he would always go to my games and be super excited for that. But I was the youngest, so he already saw 4 kids graduate high school. He already saw 4 kids get accepted to college, go off to college and things like that. So those things didn't really get it for me. My dad smiled more. The most I've ever seen my dad smile in his life was when I introduced him to Darren McCarty at a Red Wings game. I gotta get the picture. He's cheesing ear to ear.
Yeah.
I did a side-by-side of him at my college graduation.
And that's a seasoned man
Seasoned
that
man.
drinks scotch.
Yeah, he's been to war.
Yes.
He's like, there's a side-by-side of him at my college graduation standing on the Breslin floor and him next to D-Mac and the smile on his face. I don't know. That makes me happy. I was glad I got to do that for him.
No, I think everybody who's going through this right now, whether you've been through it before or not, Neil, you're absolutely. It's not easy. I don't care what anybody says. That's your baby, man.
I wasn't expecting that,
No,
though, man.
that's your
Like,
baby.
and you guys know what that means. I
And
wasn't
you
expecting.
know what?
And I didn't. It wasn't even when I dropped him off. It was, believe it or not, I was at Planet Fitness.
Shout out.
And I'm getting on the treadmill, and like I just started thinking back, like all the teachers that impacted them and all that kind of stuff. Because the teachers never get the credit they deserve. They raise your children. They raise your children, whether you like it or not, whether you complain about it or not. They raise your children, not you. They're with them more. That's the math. So that's what got me. I started thinking back to all the teachers, and my wife is a teacher, and like all the impact that they've had on him, and that's when it got me, man. It did.
It's hard not to think, especially back to the elementary days, because for me, I was always one of those guys, Neil, because my hours kind of dictated it, where I was able to go on some of the trips, the field trips, and I was what are they, room mother? I guess I was a room father.
Yeah.
Right? I was always
Sean
the
was
only
the
dude.
room
No,
mother?
really, I was always the only dude there.
Yeah.
And you think about moments like that, and like I'm serious when I say this, dude. Props to you for acknowledging it.
Yeah.
Because we're mad and no, we're human beings.
Yeah, and dads mean so much to their kid. Like, obviously, I don't have any kids, so I can't share the same experiences you guys do. But my dad is the best man I've ever known, and he's always been there for me. And the kids know that too. They might not know it when they're in high school and might not appreciate it like they should.
And that's the
when
same
they're
with
high school.
Cristiano. Like, he doesn't get it yet.
But he's gonna get it very soon. Your dad is your first best friend. He's the best person in my life, and I'll be lost without him. So shout out Pops.
I was gonna
So-
say, Neil, too. Yeah, like, I mean, I'm on the other side of the shoe. I know what it was like with my dad last time he dropped me off. And even if your son's not gonna admit it right now, or it's a little too cool to like talk about it, like it does hit home like for them too. Like I remember, me and my dad, we were breaking it down, talking about like, oh damn, this is the last ride in for
Yeah.
you and me. It's not, kind of like, he was sending me off, and it was just into the big old world. And yeah, I mean, I love that man so much. I talk about him all the time.
Yeah,
And
I probably wouldn't be here. Well, I literally wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my
Correct.
dad. Quite literally, but I love sports because my dad loves sports. Because I grew up sitting on his lap and him screaming at every single thing on a random Tuesday night Red Wings game. Like, that is why I love sports, because I could be sitting in the garage or sitting in the house during a Red Wings game, not even watching it, hearing him react from screaming in the garage, flipping it to it, and it'd be a goal for or against. Like, he watches every single Detroit sports game ever, and that's where I get it from. And
no doubt.
Cristiano gets a lot of what he is from you, Neil. And like I said,
well, only the bad parts, according to my wife.
Parts, yeah.
Yeah, that's how my wife would tell it. But no, so I just wanted to shout him out. Anakin Skywalker, last day for me too, Neil. I just finished high school. Anakin, shout out to you. And you're smart, because remember, because you picked us up, kind of, I think it was like, last year, junior year, and we told you, you're going to learn more from this show than you are from some dumb teacher that's teaching a class.
But
and
did you just
stuck
say,
with
like,
it.
they raise
And
your
you were
kids?
Right. Yes. Both things can be true. Do as I say, not as I do. Yes. All right? So, no, but shout out to you, Anakin.
They raise your kids, those dumb fucks.
Yeah. Hey, Anakin, real quick, my biggest piece of advice, get the college done with. All right? Like, is it this Paramount thing? No.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. It's not. But it is the cover charge to get in the club for a lot of professions.
Absolutely.
That's the way to think about it. So just get it done. No one ever asks you how. Just get it done.
And go
quickly.
to fucking class.
Just show up.
Just show
Anakin,
up.
just show up.
And you'll
If you go to class, you don't need to buy the books. You don't need to read the text. Just go, and they'll tell you everything you need to know.
You still might want to buy the books.
May
and
want to
read
buy the
text.
books. That's up to you. But Anakin,
Hey, I
trust
got
me
my
on this,
degrees.
man. Because I fought this for a long time, and it cost me about 3 years of time. Where I just didn't go.
Yeah.
I just didn't go. And it went how you would expect it to go, like an athlete that doesn't practice or work out. That's the way it went for me academically.
And if,
Just go to class.
if you flunk a paper, if you flunk a test, if you go to class, you show up all the time, you know
They'll
the
get you
professor,
through.
they'll help you out. They'll hook you up.
100%.
Just go to class.
You just got to show up, man. Just go. And it'll take care of itself.
That I can't count how many times I've missed a paper, been late on a paper, failed a paper, and I went and talked to the
Great
teacher.
role model.
And just went and like they did
Because you were
something for
busy
me,
watching
and they
the
helped me.
Austrian hockey team play.
Exactly. Yeah, and then I just tell them like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was sick. Like I
had some
redo
aloe
that?" And then they'll let
tissues.
you redo it, and it's pretty awesome. So as long as you have a good relationship with your teachers, that will go a long way. And Cristiano will appreciate you. My freshman year hit me like a truck, and then that was really when I started to really see everything that my parents did for me, and really start to gather that appreciation that I have now that for my parents. So shout out my mom and my dad.
And-
you guys are the goats.
Hey, Cristiano, this is me speaking to you personally. Don't let Pops cheap out. He's got 2 furnaces. Get that unlimited meal plan and be in that calf pounding chicken breasts all day. You'll put on some mass, kid.
Yeah, no doubt. But I was surprised, Sean, how hard it hit me. And I know you lived it. So I just want to lean on you for advice. You say it's okay.
And you know
so
what?
there
It
we go.
never ends. I mean, my
You
daughter.
never crossed the goal line and spiked the ball.
No, you know what? I mean, you know what the next step for me is? My daughter living in Spenny. You know this routine. An off-campus apartment at Michigan State next
It's the best
year.
time ever.
Yeah, I know. That's great for you to see. That's my little girl. I will break necks left and right.
Without a second thought.
There won't even be a second. You want old man strength? Oh, I still got it. I got it.
Sean,
You-
I'll come collect kneecaps
Unleash
with you.
the
and you
beast.
let you
I will
dancing.
pay you money.
Oh, yeah.
I will pay. You know, I don't need to pay him money. I'll buy him a case of beer, and Spenny's like, "Cool, whose skull do you want me to
There you
crack?"
go. I've been
Absolutely.
collecting kneecaps for my boy Paulie for years now,
Yep.
allegedly.
Allegedly. Harvey Wallbanger, 90% of college is just a scam, and there's a lot of that in there. Harvey, yes.
It's true.
However, it's the cover charge to get in a club.
And that's not going to change anytime.
To have my job at Oakland, I had to have a college degree. To be a play-by-play announcer at Oakland, had to have a college degree. Like, that's just the way that it goes. And we all know it, but there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, it sucks, but
Sorry.
yeah.
Just understand. This is a good introduction to you, Cristiano. Life is a business. Mm-hmm. It's 100% a business in
statement.
some form or fashion. That's part of it.
Factual
Does it
statement.
suck? Is it stupid? Yes and yes. However, it is necessary in most forms. So I didn't make it this way, bud. If you know the rules of the game you're playing, the game is a lot easier to play. So that's my biggest piece of advice. Andrew Schmidt, just buy the books used. They're on to that now,
You could-
Andrew.
Really?
100%. They're on to that. Everything's digital now.
Dude, I'm telling you, if you go to class, they literally tell you exactly what you like. If you read the book and then you go to class, you're gonna be like, I just read this. I either don't need to go to class or I don't need the book. And it's just easier to go to class because then they see your name, they see your face, you're actively participating, asking questions. Like, I swear to God.
And Cristiano, you want to be set up for success. I know right now they don't sound bad. It doesn't sound bad. Like 8 a.m. Okay, 8 a.m.'s not too bad.
Play to your strengths.
Don't take 8 a.m. classes.
Yep. 10 a.m. at the earliest.
At 10 a.m. at the earliest, and try to get the least amount of Friday classes as possible. I had one 8 a.m. my entire career at MSU.
Biggest
and
mistake you ever made.
It was 8 a.m. Friday coaching basketball class. My senior year. So I go in there, 8 a.m., knock it out, nothing the rest of the day. Set that up perfectly. Don't do them.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's good just to get what you got to do out of the way early, and then the rest of your day you're home free. Eat the frog.
10 a.m. and a 2 p.m.
Yep.
Like 10 a.m. and a 1:47 or whatever that number is. Then you're living right, everybody.
And Thursday night means everything. Like, people don't understand that. Like, I remember explaining that to my daughter is not like the party person. My son, Spenny, you met Jack.
Oh, yeah.
You and Spenny, one day we're gonna
Jack's the man.
hit that up during the summer. That's what I explained to my son. I said, Thursday night is the night. That's and he was like,
Rama!
Thursday. And I go, no, you got it. Thursday. He called me 2 weeks into the year. He's like, Dad, thanks for that Thursday night tip. I was like, that's what I'm here
Welcome
for,
to
bro.
Burger Rama. It's the best day of the Thursday night, Sean. It starts Thursday at 7 a.m.
100%.
Burger Rama. Oh, man.
Tony D says, how about some sports?
nasty
Okay, Tony D, sorry. I was talking about my life there for a minute, man.
Get over yourself.
Sorry, Tony D.
How dare you
Yes,
on
sir.
an emotional
Yes, sir.
day, Neil.
We'll do the sports right now, Tony D. What break are we going to? Let's do it.
Let's go to Lady Jane's.
All right. Do the Lady James.
Sorry, Les Stanford. Let me tell you about Les Stanford.
Hurry up. Tony D says we got to go.
Les Stanford has deals for everyone. You can get a 2025 Envision Preferred all-wheel drive for $259 per month or a 2025 Hummer EV SUV for $699 per month. Don't forget about the 2025 Sierra Crew Cab Elevation for $169 per month. Les Stanford Chevrolet Buick GMC, they can get you into a great deal. Scan the QR code on the screen right now to see their massive inventory. It's Les Stanford Buick GMC.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
Let's give it up for David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
All right, we're off and running. Big D.
Share House
sorry.
of Bloomfield Hills. If you want master relaxation, make sure you scan that QR code above my head to check out their massive inventory. It's the largest massage chair showroom in Michigan, the Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills.
All right, we're off and running. Nickel Package Friday, Bourbon Friday. Shout out Varchaz. I'm almost one deep already. It's a holiday weekend. We got remember, no shows on best of shows on Mondays. Neil Rule, Sean Belesian, Chase. We got intern Simeon, who will make his Nickel Package debut in the second hour. And I'm putting a lot into this because this is going to determine his fate. This one moment will determine his entire fate. Intern Simeon out of Mizzou. He goes to Missouri, Sean, so we're going to see if he has that SEC speed. Although Missouri doesn't really count because they're really Big 12 by way of the SEC.
You know
right?
what? I think you know this, and where is my buddy? Huge Gary Pinkel guy. I've known Gary Pinkel for 30 years. Huge Gary Pinkel guy.
Neil, they won
Coach
the
Pinky.
They won
Love
the SEC East their first 2 years in the conference too. That's like
No, shout out.
give them a little
100%.
bit of credit.
I mean, that's like winning, the Big Ten.
Big Ten West.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter. They represented that side of the bracket.
All right, fair enough. Before we get into the Lions nickel package, I'm gonna let Spenny get back in to the booth for a second. But I do have to give a shout out to last night because the Oklahoma City Thunder put the Timberwolves to bed early, and as did the Panthers to Carolina. That's over, by the way. But I did want to give a shout out to Oakland baseball yesterday.
All right. I like that. I don't know what it is, but I like it.
Is that young Justin's?
That was just stock boobs on Google.
Oh, was it? Okay, I gotcha. But no, it is College World Series / baseball conference tournament time, and I did want to give a shout out to the Oakland Golden Grizzlies last night because I ended up staying up past midnight for a game that I think started at 7:30. That Oakland won 22-18. They were up 4-0 after the top of the first. They trailed 16-10 going into the 8th. They scored 6 runs in the 8th to tie it. Each team scored a run in the 9th, and then Oakland plated 5 in the top of the 10th, and they won 22-18. So they play today at 3 o'clock. There's no pitching left. Every pitcher's gone. They're softball games at this point. So, and I'm sure intern Simeon knows about this. Missouri SEC baseball, like SEC baseball is like legit minor league baseball. You don't get the 22-18 games down there typically. You do from time to time. So it is fun in that no matter what, there's a game on at any time. So shout out to the Golden Grizzlies. All right, you guys ready to rock? Spenny, you ready to rock for the nickel package?
No. One second. Where the fuck is Joe?
Let's talk Austrian hockey.
I'm in.
Marco Kasper.
I'm in.
I was told he dominated.
It's not true. He had a good tournament, as did 4 different teammates. How's that? So if one was to say he carried the Austrian squad, that would be the example of a not factual statement.
Okay, gotcha. Woodward Sports Chat Thread, DNC ENT. I was told the NBA West Conference Finals was going to be a good series. Was I lied to? You know what hurts me about that, DNC ENT? Anthony Edwards is catching a ton of slander, and I see it on the 4-letter network, and the people are already talking about it, and they're saying, was Anthony Edwards hyped up too much, too fast? To where I would say the Minnesota Timberwolves are in the conference finals. No, Anthony Edwards is doing just fine. Like, it's hard to win championships.
100%. And I think, again, you have to consider, all right, when you get to the Western Conference Finals, 999 times out of 100, you're facing a really good team. There might be that team that made a miraculous run, but usually what happens there is the fraud is exposed. And we've seen it, certainly I've seen it in the National Hockey League, Neil, where this team gets hot and rides a wave of emotion, et cetera, et cetera. But, I mean, you're talking about facing a really good team.
Art Vandelay, Austria. Well, let's put another shrimp on the Barbie then. Okay, fair enough.
Dude, that's awesome.
All right, I'm good to go now.
You're good to go?
Justin said he was going to grab the prep, and he's not even here anymore. All right.
Okay, you know what, Simeon? You can take Justin's seat over there.
Yeah.
All right? Justin's out. You can take his seat. He's out. He's probably looking at Austria's upcoming hockey games with Marco Kasper.
All right, first question of the Lions nickel package. Who takes the bigger step forward next year? Terrion Arnold or Jack Campbell?
Terrion Arnold. Because in my mind, can I explain to you?
I'll listen.
In my mind, I think Jack Campbell has already shown. All one has to do is Google is your friend. I will say this time and time again. It's easy to fire opinions off there. left and right, but if you do a little fact checking, I think you can see what happened to his game. I think the game started. I think the numbers across the board. I think there's a bigger ceiling at this point in time for Terrion Arnold. Meaning, if we start with, and I know not everybody's going to do it, and you're an idiot if you don't, if we start with the basic premise that he's at worst a 2 CB, might we be able to deduce that perhaps he could graduate? Right?
I think he will be by
The
the
rate
end
of
the season.
improvement, too. Henry Moon in the chat. Is there anything these guys don't turn into a reason to start shouting and screaming? Okay, Henry Moon, I'll answer this question for you then, Henry. Well, Sean, respectfully, I think that Jack Campbell,
Thank you.
given the nature of his game and the position that he's in, there is some runway for him to improve. Because if you look at the improvements that Jack Campbell might be able to make in the passing game, in terms of, you know, those plays where offenses will like to isolate the linebacker. Where's the weak matchup? Where can we isolate a matchup we like? Maybe, perhaps, because I saw some other people conversing in this chat for this entertainment program that we run, I saw some people conversing about the fact that he has so many tackles because they run at him repeatedly because they view him as a weak link. So therefore, Sean, assessing that data, I would then determine that perhaps there is some more ceiling for Jack Campbell to reach if I were trying to play devil's advocate. So Sean, I look forward I look forward to your response, not shouting and screaming, respectfully, of course.
Neil, I would counter to your very well made point.
It was well thought out. Thank you.
Incredibly well thought out. This is intelligent sports talk. I would counter to your point that while I agree there is still a level of improvement that Jack Campbell might be able to achieve, I would counter that maybe his ceiling is perhaps this much, whereas Terrion Arnold's ceiling could be perhaps that much. So while, as to not diminish the fact that Jack Campbell could be able to, I can't fucking do this, okay? And let me tell you,
hold on, he's going to leave.
no,
then.
but do you know why I've heard this? Like you guys were sports fans. Who watches a game like that?
Yeah.
Who watches it?
No, here we go. This is what they want
gosh,
to hear.
darn it, that field goal went left. Rats. Excuse me while I
really would have preferred if he made that.
excuse me while I go relieve myself. And when I come back, we will discuss. We're
Delectable.
sports fans. It's supposed to be passionate.
ready?
It's supposed to be fired up. Come on, man.
Here we go. Oh yeah, baby. We're rolling with the Lions nickel package here on Smooth WSN. Question number 2. Hutchinson over under 17.5 sacks.
While I enjoy your enthusiasm for Aiden Hutchinson, I do think that is perhaps a little bit aggressive to call for anybody to get 17.5 sacks. My stock answer, Sean, is always going to be no. And I'm going to be right more often than I'm wrong. So this is one of these situations where, Spencer, you rascal, you paint me into a corner. And I have but no response to give, except for the one that I have pre-programmed. I will never call for a player in the National Football League to in fact expect to get 18 sacks.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. He's going over. Give me 20 plus.
I would be remiss if I did not only concur to what my colleague Neil Rule said, but if I did not offer empirical evidence to suggest that what he is saying would be considered a fact. More often than not, I think Neil Rule has proven himself to be quite the scoundrel in regards to digging deep.
All right.
Fuck.
All right.
Well, how about this, Spencer?
Yeah.
How about we break to wet our whistle and mentally recoup?
I would enjoy that.
All right. Why don't you
And we will
tell us
mentally
about-
recoup. And when we come back, we will continue on this trend and this track and this journey of the Lions nickel package.
Tell us about Planet Fitness.
Well, I would.
So stupid. This is the worst bit we've ever done, and I love every second of it.
Well, I would like to tell you about Planet Fitness, seeing as
Yeah.
we are live at the Planet Fitness
yes.
Studios. I do enjoy a sporting workout at Planet Fitness
There's nothing
because I
like
find them to
working up a
believe
sweat.
the best fitness and recreation establishment in all of our land. And all the fitness goals I've ever had, along my personal journey have been accomplished at Planet Fitness, and I do declare they can help you in that
And I
same
do
fashion.
declare.
I do declare.
Planet Fitness, over 50 of them in Metro Detroit. Go to planetfitness.com to join right now, or just pull in the parking lot. Again, tons of treadmills, tons of weight equipment, all of it. I'll never be a member at another gym. They gave me some cute stuff to say. Here's the bottom line, guys. I'll never be a member at another gym. There's one across the street there. I'll never go there because I go to Planet Fitness. Period. End of story. PlanetFitness.com. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Hey, Tony, what's up, bro?
Same circus, different clowns.
For sure. You want the usual, the big zip?
You know me too well.
I threw a little something extra in there for your ma.
Oh,
Hope
man.
she's doing all right.
Ay, guy, sei un santo.
Ah.
You're a saint.
All right, buddy, we'll see you next time, okay?
Grazie.
Oh yeah, Daddy. If you need someone to keep you in shape for the games in the season, you know you gotta go to Dr. Pierce. Cool, calm, collected. Dr. Pierce will keep you in fighting shape, baby.
He'll give you the secret sauce if
Give you
need
the
be.
secret sauce. Live Tuesday on Smooth
Only if you're good,
the
though.
Energy, and Thursdays on Ermanni and Edwards with Mads. Call him at 248-426-9944 or visit him at MichiganSportsAndSpine.com, Daddy.
All right, we're back at it. Big
Hey,
D
don't
Energy.
worry, we're going to get through every one of these nickel packages
Yep,
today.
we are.
All right,
100%
we've
we are.
gotten through one question
through, yeah.
of
2.
17.
two.
Okay, my apologies.
2. All right.
We've gotten through 2 of 17 different nickel packages.
All right, let's go. Third down.
All right, third down. Who will lead this team in receiving yards next season?
Amon-Ra St. Brown. I know people want to get cute, and I love J-Mo more than anyone in this city. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I'm still going to say Jameson. I am. I think because of the big play capabilities. I think the receptions will be up, to where we expect them to be for St. Brown. But I think again, Neil, have it your way. Let's have a little bit more of our tight ends. Let's have a little bit more.
Have
Neil
it
Rule.
your way.
Let's have a little bit more of our backs out of the backfield, et cetera, et cetera. Let's have a little bit more of not only the depth that is already there, but even get a rookie involved. So I think because of the big play capability and the fact that he might mix in 4 different 80-plus yard touchdowns. I think.
What does that look like to you, Sean? 1,400?
1,400. I do.
Because if
1250.
1250?
How about 1250?
On what, 65 catches?
Sure.
Because if J-Mo does that, then it's Justin Jefferson territory because of the impact. It's everything that everyone loves about Jay Jettis, except when he's playing in a big game. It's everything anti-Amon-Ra, right? For real, Sean. No bullshit, man. For real. If Jameson does what you say, if he does that, then he will explode on the scene, and he will be one of the best receivers in football.
Explode
Real
on
talk.
the scene. Yes.
What's his perception nationally right now? No, I'm not being funny.
Top
but-
tier number 2.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
And I think he could graduate to that. It's almost
Because
like,
of the style, though, Sean.
yeah,
you know
how-
what I'm saying?
How many times?
Yeah,
how many
buddy.
times have we seen that over the course of the time? The guy who plays second fiddle. I'll go back to those great Dallas teams. How many times did somebody say, "Oh my gosh, Alvin Harper is so good. He could go be a number 1 elsewhere." And then he was afforded the opportunity to be a number 1 elsewhere, and he failed miserably.
He was a number 2 making number 1 money.
Because he fit hand in glove with what they were doing. Now, I'm not insinuating that is Jameson Williams' fate. I just think because of the big play capabilities and because of the other options there, while Amon-Ra St. Brown will do Amon-Ra St. Brown things, I think the numbers, the sheer math of it, might put J-Mo on top. Spenny, what say you?
I think J-Mo leads the team in receiving yards. I do.
Wow.
The big playability is there. I think Amon-Ra will have him in catches and touchdowns probably, but J-Mo will be number one in receiving yards.
Again, because we're talking 1,400 yards.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If he does that, he's one of the best receivers in football based on the sex appeal of what he does. You know what I'm saying?
Baby.
Him and Jay Jett.
It's gonna be a big year for Jameson Williams. You hear Johnny Morton himself, who don't sleep on Johnny Moe, the original J-Mo, some might say, but he had 4.3 speed himself as a wide receiver back in his day. Johnny Morton likes the burners. He likes the down the field shots. He likes the play
I do
action
too.
stuff.
I love the man.
He's going to take more of those shots down the field to Jameson Williams. That is a fact.
So
he
is
said
it,
himself.
Spenny, is it that simple?
He said himself, the offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions, I expect Jameson Williams to break out this year. Every single player, every single coach that I've heard talk about Jameson Williams so far this season has said the kid's locked in. I've never seen him like this in meeting rooms. I've never seen him like this in film study. J-Mo's going to bomb this year in a good way.
Dude, you know what though, man? If this happens, then he could be the best receiver in football.
I hope to your point that we take
Spenny.
more cracks. I'm
But
serious.
that's it.
Take more cracks.
Let me say it a different way. He could be the most dangerous weapon in the National Football
Yes,
League.
that
not
I
gonna
agree
argue
with.
that at
You know,
all.
I don't think you're far off. We were talking about this on Wake Up Woodward, and I kind of flirted with the same idea of him possibly becoming the best wide receiver in the NFL. Like we talked about this earlier.
I'm not gonna
I
say
don't
that
care
yet.
about the best wide receiver. No disrespect to you or anybody else. Do you know what I care? I care about a weapon that everybody has to be cognizant of.
Sean, and that's
They might take a crack this set of downs.
and that's where it is for me, Sean, with Jameson Williams, because I do believe. And like, look, you want to
Keep
get
your
caught
tone
up in
down, Neil.
semantics.
Keep your tone down.
Sorry. No, you want to get caught up in semantics. That's fine. And do like the verbiage of things when I say he could be the best receiver in football. I equate the best receiver in football to the guy that is feared the most when the football's in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And Jameson Williams, if what Spenny says is true and what, John Morton says is true, because the vibes I got from that was we are going to get the pill in this guy's hand 13 times a game. And if he does that, you're going to be kicking an extra point 2 times a game after one of those touches. That's just the way it works with this guy. And Sean, I'm telling you, if this happens, and I respect your guys' takes because of what we do, we're locked in more than most. If that happens, if he has 1,400 yards, then he is going to take this league by storm. Like Tyreek Hill, like Barry Sanders, like if this guy gets the football, he's flipping it to the referee after it's done.
I'm not going that high. Like I said, I'm willing to go to 1,250, but I want that threat to be there. I want guys to be cognizant of it, and that opens up our tight end, that opens up other wide receivers, that opens up guys out of the backfield. I want him, and again, not the high-priced decoy because I'm establishing that the numbers are going to be there, but I want him to, at the same time, be that guy that you have to worry about and thus open things up. It's almost like we talk about with the defensive line, okay? If Hutch is going to take so much of your attention, I want a massive push up front.
Yeah.
I want McNeil when he's come back. I want Williams when he comes back. I want somebody else to feast. I want a Cliff Averill. I want a Cliff Averill who's going to put on a bib and grab a knife and a fork and go, I'm getting all the scraps that Ndamukong
And go get
Suh's leaving
$25
me."
million from the Seahawks.
Right. That's and you know what? I think that J-Mo could unlock some of that with this offense.
And
really
you guys
do.
got me hyped up. Tony D, add whiskey to Neil equals mean Neil. Tony D, I'm doing what you said. How am I mean? I gave you what you wanted. Talk sports.
I think there's only so many yards for J-Mo because of the fact he is so explosive. I think that defense are more willing to adjust to him if he's the one that's ascending the Lions offense. Because if you saw what they did with Tyreek Hill, they'll throw 2 safeties back and it kind of takes him away a little bit. And if they do that, that's just going to open up more yards for Amon-Ra St. Brown. So it's pick your poison. But if they do pick J-Mo, Amon-Ra is going to be the one that eats. So I just don't see the angle of where J-Mo is going to be able to have more yards.
I look at it like this. Jameson Williams had 58 receptions last year. He had over 1,000 yards.
That's insane. No one talks about it the way we talk about it.
And he missed 2 games.
Right.
So
and he had 1 game with -4 receiving yards.
And he had 1 game where he had -4 receiving yards. So you put 3 full games onto last year's performance, just how it was in that offense. That's an extra, 200 yards of 3 games of J-Mo. So he'd be at like 1,200. We'll say 1,150. All right? You give him 20 more catches next year, which is what they're going to try to do. Which was
13.50.
That's 13.
Well, it's 20 a catch.
That's right. Yeah.
That's the science of it. That's not what Spencer thinks or what I think.
Yeah.
Those are the numbers. Go look them up.
And
if you throw him the football, you get 19 yards.
Absolutely. And you look at what he does, and last year, how much of his route tree improved. He wasn't just running the go ball and let Goff close his eyes and throw it as far as he can. There were intricate route trees. There were plays designed for him to get him open in that offense. I expect more of that next year. The chemistry between him and Goff grew exponentially last year in the season. You saw the trust factor there, and you really saw J-Mo trusting himself and his hands last year, making impressive all-hands catches. On top of that, the dude hasn't had a fucking offseason in the NFL yet. This is his first year where he's going to have a full offseason, getting with these guys, getting right, being in the gym, being with the organization. I'm telling you, this guy's going to have a fucking nuts season.
Woodward Sports chat thread, BS 1985, watching on a little delay, getting caught up, sitting here trying to work and getting all emotional with this end of school year stuff. Great work, guys. Thank you, BS 1985.
We're humans.
Appreciate that. Yes.
Sorry, you're going to have to excuse us, guys. We're humans.
Dr. Clappencheeks, I'd rather eat cream of wheat than deal with Neil talking like that all the time. Well, that kind of puts it in perspective, doesn't it? Next down.
No suspensions, no injuries, just pure J-Mo adrenaline. All right, next question. Let's see, what are we, 41 minutes into the show. The third question of our first nickel package. Oh, okay, just I'm not going to do an over-under. Ballpark, where are you feeling? How many yards does Tesla finish with next year?
The standard, what's the standard rookie?
I said 300 to 500.
I was gonna say 450.
I was going to say 400.
Yeah.
You also have to consider, you guys.
3 touchdowns?
I think this is a franchise that I use this term often, okay, for our generation. Bill Parcells. Bill Parcells did not like rookies.
No.
Bill Parcells said rookies do dumb things, and he spoke factually, okay?
The Lions don't like rookies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I'm evoking Bill Parcells. Give it time. This is why we talk at draft time about them playing chess. If you're expecting the world from these guys as rookies, you're not following the same franchise as I am. There might be an exception to the rule. Lord knows I hope and pray that there's an exception to the rule, okay? And if it's anybody, I'd love for Williams to be the exception to the rule, because that means that they're putting pressure on the opposition's quarterback. Neil, 350, 400 yards, and somebody that the opposition is going to have to account for come late January and into February. How's that?
Greg Rounds. I can't do the whole show like this, but I'll do your message for this like you. Hey, Neil, how about the Wall Bonds Act for the entire episode? No, we can't do that for an entire episode, my friend. We can't do it for an entire episode. Next down.
All right, final question of the Lions nickel pack.
Get in there good, Brady.
Who is second on this team in sacks?
Marcus Davenport.
Shout out to Brady, our head of sales.
Yeah.
More than just a salesman. Also keeping the talent loose.
All right, you know
services a lot of accounts,
Yes.
huh?
I will pay you money if you get in here and work out these kinks. I will pay you
Sean,
money.
you got to sit in that fucking chair, dude.
Justin, get up. No, you know what? Just to be different, how about I'm going to go with Zadarius Smith.
Ooh.
A guy who isn't even on the Lions right now. But can we all say he's going to be on the Lions?
I think so.
Can we all? I'm going to go with Zadarius Smith. Is that fair?
No, it's 100% fair. I really think, and I think Spenny and I are kind of in lock. Have you put this on wax yet? You're a big believer in Marcus Davenport.
I'm feeling Marcus Davenport.
I am too.
This year. I don't know what it is.
I pray you guys are right. I hope you're right.
It's only vibes.
Yeah,
that's it.
It's all only vibes.
Only vibes.
Only vibes.
I'm going to dip my toe in the vibes pool.
Yeah, when we did our bold takes right after Lions season ended, I said Marcus Davenport will be second on the team in sacks this year.
I believe in Marcus Davenport.
I do for real.
And I said on heavyweights, including playoffs, Marcus Davenport is going to play 16 games this year.
Fuck yeah.
We need it.
That's aggressive.
That's so aggressive.
No load management.
Things are working for me. It's going well. Positive Spenny. A lot of good things happened in his life. I was positive Spenny about Casey Mize' little injury, just being precautionary. He's good to go.
You're on a vibes run.
I'm on a vibes run. I'm pumping my vibes into Marcus Davenport. Pause.
All right, let's take a break. Tell them about Loom.
I will tell them about Loom, because if you want positive...
We got a shot at this today, by the way. We got a shot.
You want positive Spenny vibes, all you got to do is go to... Oh, it's not Loom. Is it Loom? Yeah, it is. All you got to do is go to Loom Cannabis, and you can enter promo code WSN30 to get 30% off your entire order. Scan that QR code on the screen right now. Loom's Cannabis has the best possible selection for you to choose from. Go to loom.com or scan that QR code to see it. 30% off with WSN30.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The boys of summer are here, and Woodward Sports is all over the Motor City with the White Claw Tigers Tour. Come party with Woodward Sports, watch the Tigers, and sip on some White Claw all summer long. The best bars, big giveaways, live events, and a party that only Woodward Sports can throw. Ain't no party like a Woodward Sports party. Join us Friday, May 23rd from 5 to 7 with the heavyweights at McShane's in Detroit for the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw, Easttown, and Van Johnson. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Wait a minute.
Jars Cannabis, top shelf quality, unmatched variety, and price for the people. Find one near you at shopjars.com or go to @jars_life on any social media to keep up with their products. You can get the DMAC pack at Jars. That sherbet cream pie is to die for. Jars Cannabis, check them out.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy. Neil Rule, Sean Belizean. You guys know the rest of the crew.
Shout out.
Dante151 in the chat. If you want to skip the line, use a super chat. Dante151. NBA nickel package, please. We have a Pistons trade nickel package. Intern Simeon cooked this whole thing up. He's reading it. If it sucks, he's out of here.
It's true.
Sorry, man. I don't make the rules.
That's how it goes. Cutthroat business.
Yep. Hey, and like
it's dog-eat-dog world.
He goes to Missouri, so he's used to an SEC schedule, a soft SEC schedule. But now, now it's November.
That's a meat slap meat world.
You got to let the meat slap meat.
100% it is. All right, NFL nickel package. Here we go.
All right, first question of the NFL nickel package. Who is your sleeper team for next year?
You know what? Spenny's got me hyped on Carolina.
That's why I'm not picking Carolina.
And there are signs.
Too.
But Sean, you can admit there are signs.
Oh, 100%.
And this isn't like I love the way. And look, have I been guilty of this from time to time? Sure, I have. But there are signs that Bryce Young is figuring it out. Is that fair?
Oh, down the stretch, 100%.
He looks really good.
Down the stretch, 100%.
And you don't just. I always forget this, Sean. I believe it was the first year Peyton Manning threw 30 interceptions.
He did.
30 plus interceptions.
Shout
like
out
you don't
James
just
Winston.
walk in and dominate, man. So you got me converted. Now normally I would say the Cardinals if we were following the arc.
Damn it!
If we were following the arc, but I'm not saying the Cardinals. I'm saying the Panthers because Spencer's my friend. So it's not the Cardinals for me. It's the Panthers. Sean Belizean, your thoughts?
That's my, honest to God, my direct opposite approach to this is out of respect for Spenny, I'm not going to pick Carolina. I'm going to pick the Cardinals. Because, and I'm going to tell you why I'm going to pick the Cardinals. I don't think that division is good as people are talking about.
No, it's not.
I just
That's
don't.
fair.
I don't think it's as good as people are talking about.
That schedule.
Right.
That schedule, though, for San Fran.
And you know what? The thing that I look at, this is a team that could crap their way to 10-7 and legitimately win that division. I mean that. I believe that.
I look at the Panthers. You guys know I'm on the Panthers. I think Bryce Young played well down the stretch. They did a good job in the offseason of signing depth up the middle on defense. When you look at their defensive line and the linebackers they signed, they got good depth pieces, and a guy in Wharton who's probably going to be a starter had 6.5 sacks last year for the Chiefs, the defensive tackle. And I really like their draft. With they got T-Mac, they got Scorton, and they got Princely. So those are three players that I really liked, and they got three of them. So I think the Panthers can make some noise. I think they win double-digit games next year.
Can I
think
say
that
this?
may be aggressive, but okay.
Can I say this? And I'm waiting for both of you to jump all over me, considering I'm a guy that mocks this team incessantly. I think the Dallas Cowboys are borderline playoff.
Okay, well, we look at question number 2.
Can I throw mine out there real quick?
Yeah.
I got the Jags. And I don't think that
Okay,
the playoffs.
second
I don't
down.
think the playoffs.
Second down.
They're going to be better than the second pick in the
down.
draft.
I
Second
didn't
down.
know what your question 2 was. I just looked. I'm sorry.
No, you're
Second
fine.
down.
Question number 2 of the NFL Nickel Package.
Haters.
Is Dallas back?
By their standards,
Bless you.
Thank you.
not by NFL standards, by their standards. I don't think this will be the back bowl of the first week of December, Neil, where you, Spenny, and I are sitting there on a Monday night with our pants around our ankles texting each other. I think this is a team that is a legitimate playoff-type team, but if you're talking back by the NFL standards, absolutely not. It's going to be the same old song and dance, even if they get into the playoff. They're going to get in the playoff as a 6 or 7 seed, and they're going to get crucified.
You know the arc, the Dallas arc. Give up draft capital to get big name in the offseason, bring big name in, they go 2-1, they're back. You know the arc, Sean. And then when the eyes get on them, next thing you know, they're 4-5. Then they're playing the Bengals in the I'm Back Bowl. It's the same. It's like the winds of change. It's like the north wind in the fall. You can count on it. Ships sail by it around the world. The light of the Dallas Cowboy star. We know this arc, Sean. They made the trade. They got the sexy wide receiver. You know, Sean, you've seen
It's
this
coming.
1,000 times.
So again, back by their horrible standards, not back by NFL standards.
Sean, I agree. I think there is going to be one team that the Cowboys are fighting with the East in for positioning. And that team is going to be the New York Giants for last in that division. Because I don't think the Cowboys are back. And you think that Trayvon Diggs calling Dak Prescott a bitch at practice was crazy? Wait until he overthrows George Pickens a couple times. George Pickens will punch him in the face.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait
Call
to
him
see
a
that
bitch,
happen.
then punch him in the
Yeah,
face.
so
On camera, 'cause by then they'll see
in the
it.
game. He'll do it in the game.
Yeah, right.
I can't wait to see Dallas implode. It's my favorite thing. The Maple Leafs, the Dallas Cowboys, the New York Yankees. Watching these teams implode makes me happy.
You plant your crops to this, man.
Yeah.
To the Cowboys, to the Maple Leafs. It's how you know the seasons are changing. Time is dictated on this.
Jackson Dart's the third best quarterback in that division.
That's unbelievable. Dark Cash in the chat. Dallas is just SOC. Same old Cowboys. Can we do it this year?
It's sock. It is. It's sock. I think that's a fair statement.
All right, next down.
Next question of the NFL Nickel Package. Can the Chiefs keep up this dominance in the AFC without any weapons? I mean, you got Rashee Rice, but they got Rashee Rice,
Dude.
and they got Worthy now too. So maybe they do have weapons. Fuck.
It's wild.
Are the Chiefs back?
No, but it's funny. Like, I get what you're saying.
The answer's easy.
I get what you're saying here, because by the eye test, every single year, they look washed every year. And then there they are at the end. They are like the anti-Cowboys.
They are.
They're the anti-Cowboys.
They are the example that I've used for a long time on this very network of the people that overreact over a loss. We'll lose to Aiden O'Connell and the Las Vegas Raiders and just go like this off our back and do what we do. There is no evidence to suggest. None. That doesn't mean it can't happen, but there's no evidence to suggest that the Kansas City Chiefs are falling off. None. There's nothing there.
I know what I see, though, Sean, and it never looks the same.
Yep.
And it doesn't look as good as it looked last
yet
year.
You're smart enough to know they always end up there.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a phrase a good friend of mine used to use in a past sports broadcasting life. The season of the witch. Like, that's what the Chiefs are.
That somewhere.
No, but that's what the Chiefs are. I can't explain
What a
it.
great song.
You can explain. Yeah, great song.
I can't explain it.
You just explained it. Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes have black magic to make their team good.
Can I say this? Every single human being, I'm not talking about even the teams that they cover. We idiots at home know what Travis Kelce's going to do,
Yes.
and nobody can stop it.
Yes.
Nobody.
But even without Travis Kelce,
They don't do it for 8 games out of the year now.
It's insane.
I'm done talking about it. Next down.
Next question.
Hold on, Lunchbox. Neil, the Chiefs could start off 1-3 though, so they'll still win the division. Lunchbox.
But the Chiefs do.
Okay.
The Chiefs do.
Next down.
Who's your worst to first? Happens every year. I think it's kind of obvious.
You know what? Can I go first?
Yes.
I don't like it, but if I had to pick one, it'd be Frisco.
Yeah.
How's that? And
That's
I don't like it because I don't think that team is very good.
Damn
but if
you.
I had to pick one, I'd pick.
You're a
you
son of
burned
a
me
bitch.
the last time,
You're
so
a
I
son
owed
of a
you
bitch.
one. I owed you one.
No, but Sean, to piggyback on that, because they are mine too, the NFL, for all the salary cap and draft and free agent theatrics, the NFL is a schedule game. All sports are a schedule game. You know where I learned that from? Greg Campy. This is a schedule game. College sports are a schedule game. The reason Michigan wins 7 games every year, at a minimum.
Yeah.
Schedule game.
Mm-hmm.
The reason Michigan State should win 6 games this year, but won't.
Yeah, they will.
Schedule game. But sports are a schedule game. And the 49ers have the schedule. And I know that, well, Neil, someone's not going to be as good as we thought they were, and someone that we thought was going to be bad is going to be better. Yes, but that evens itself out. I'm with you. The 49ers are going to be a factor. Simeon, I need Caesar Sportsbook. 49ers to win that division. I may call it a get right. Depending on the price. He'll get back to me in a minute. No, but it is that simple.
Yep.
Sorry. Next down.
Last question of the nickel package for the NFL. Way too early MVP for next season.
If he is what you guys say he's going to be, if you want a bomb, and I'll be curious to see the numbers.
I can tell you, I have it up.
And intern Simeon, if you could pull up the MVP numbers on Caesar Sportsbook.
Say it. I think. Are you going to say who I think you're going to say?
If he does what you guys say,
I think you're going to say. Oh wait, no.
It's not going to happen.
I know it's not going to happen.
Now I'm between one or two people that I think you're going to say. If one, I'm with it. The other one, no, I'm not.
What's the numbers on J-Mo?
Okay, yeah, no. I'm not on that. Danny G is the one that I was thinking of, you were going to say.
Who?
Danny G said it in the chat, the one I was thinking
On J-Mo for MVP?
Yeah. Probably not even listed.
It is listed.
Yeah, what is it?
30,000.
You know, like I said,
they'll never pick a wide receiver.
They'll never pick a wide receiver,
and
and he's not going to lead the NFL in any statistical
Do you
category.
want Opoy?
What's Jared Goff?
Jared Goff is plus 3,000 behind Hurts, Herbert, Love, Purdy, Stroud.
Hurts, Herbert, Love, Herbert.
Love is crazy.
Sorry, so if I'm using your logic, and that's why I asked about Jared Goff.
That's a hell of a spin too.
If J-Mo is what we think J-Mo will be, you know as well as I do, the quarterback will get the love. I think that does nothing but accelerate Jared Goff's chances. And I can't believe I'm saying that. I cannot believe those words are coming out of my mouth. But that's the reality of the situation.
30-1.
Fucking A.
For a man that was fourth in touchdowns and second in yards the last 2 years.
I don't think you could go wrong with Lamar or Josh Allen.
The last time a quarterback hasn't won the MVP is 2012. Adrian Peterson.
That's what you're picking up on what I'm feeling. It's going to be a quarterback. You know it. I know it. It's almost like, unfortunately, what the Heisman Trophy is right now. More often than not, it's going to be a quarterback. That's just the reality of it. Last year was an exception to, I think, a far greater overall rule.
If the NCAA gets this legislation together, I'm in on J-Mo at 300-1. I'm in.
What about Opoy at 10,000 plus 10,000?
Who?
Offensive player of the year.
Opoy.
Offensive player of the year.
No.
100-1.
No.
What did you say? 10,000 to 1?
Yeah.
So 100-1. Sean, that's worth a spin. Like you think about your coffee.
I'd
money.
put $10 on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even think twice about it. I'd put
$10 wins a grand.
Right. I'd put 10. Why don't you put $10 in for me, okay?
I will.
All right, good.
DNC ENT, a bomb would be Saquon at plus 5,000. I don't hate that either. All right, way too early MVP.
Do I owe you $10 here? Here's $10.
I'll take it.
Here. Come on, get it. Come on.
I don't know. That's where I am, though. Like J-Mo. For real.
Yeah.
If you want a bomb.
No.
Spenny, do you understand my logic, though?
Yeah, but
if you guys are coming in here with him getting 1,400
he said
yards,
he's going to lead the Lions. I said he's going to lead the Lions in receiving yards.
It's going to take 14 or 1,500 yards
or catches, and I don't think that'll lead the. If he doesn't lead the NFL in any wide receiver category, there's not a chance.
What if he averages 26 yards a catch?
Well, if he doesn't have, no.
Sean,
I just handed him $10. Don't look at me. When Justin ran up here, that was not like for the show. Justin was like, he gave me the wink. He said, "I'll put it in." I just put $10 on it.
What do you got, Chase?
I was say we've seen like guys like Cooper Kupp win the Triple Crown recently, and they haven't even really gotten a lot of consideration for it.
I know, but he didn't do it as sexily, if that's a word. If J-Mo does what I've been told he's going to do by people in this room, it's going to look sexy as hell. It is.
It is.
Justin, you get part of that too. You're putting in the bet for me, so when we win, I got to give you some of that. Lord knows you don't need the money, but I'm going to give you some of that money.
I'm riding with you, man. I'm gonna put $20 on it.
All
Make
right.
me a couple grand.
I put some money on Offensive Player of the Year. For
That's
the Detroit
fair.
Lions.
Like if you want to get
Jameson
granular,
Williams,
we will
though.
take the biggest trip to Milan. It'll be unbelievable.
We're doing
Milan,
Opoy,
Michigan.
right? Not MVP. Opoy, not MVP.
B go crazy. Gibbs, offensive player.
That's what I
of
put
the
my
year.
money on. I put $25 on Gibbs to win Offensive Player.
Gibbs
of
is
the
plus
All right.
950.
Are we done with that one?
What
I
is
got
the
him at plus
official number we're
1,300.
getting off on, Justin?
year. Yeah, that was the last one.
That was the last one?
Yeah.
Plus 100,000.
Tell him about Mark White.
I will tell them about Mark White. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, Mark White should be your first choice. He can save you up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right, I said $5,000. Visit him at markwhitesells.com or give him a call at 248-290-8242. Mark White can put you into your dream home today. Hit up Mark White.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. This ball is gone. Boys are back in town. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports. Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Stop in, sit down, relax, get an award-winning haircut from one of our lovely, talented stylists. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. You can get a hot leather neck shave, hot towel treatment, all that good stuff. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
All right, young Justin's up here. He just hit me with a proposition, a coffee bet on the Jaguars to be, quote, in the hunt. All right, I want to lay down.
What does in the hunt mean?
I'm going to lay that down right now. Week 16, with and an or. They have to be involved.
I love with and or.
Involved?
Yeah.
Week 16.
Week 16.
Week 16?
Yep.
So Neil and I, when we're doing the pregame show, now I need to look at the schedule. Wherever we are in week 16, okay, with and an or has to include the Jacksonville Jags.
At least with and an or.
With and an or.
And it can be like an absurd amount of with and or ors.
It's got to be TV worthy. and I know it when I see it. It's like
Yeah, they
art.
got to be on the graphic. So like
No, not like on the graphic like
On the
your
graphics are
generation
week
where you're
14.
like with 108-point loss by Buffalo and a tie in 4 games or 8 games in and a tie. That's bullshit, and you know it.
Yeah, it is.
It's got to be a realistic scenario.
All right, so week 16, that would be they'd have to probably be in the hunt. They'd have to be 6-8. What do you think would be in the hunt? Like, what record do you think they'd have to have on week 16? Because their schedule,
Around
their
500.
schedule
They got to be around 500.
Is soft at the end. They play the Titans and the Colts to finish their season.
Well, they're soft, so it fits.
Yeah.
With and or.
You won't take this over under 7.5.
No, because they can reach that on bullshit.
7.5.
That's what Caesars is putting them at. I don't make the lines.
No, but you're telling me like worst to first or
No, I'm not. I never said worst to first. That was the
You
question
said they're a
after.
sleeper team.
yeah,
A sleeper team.
yeah. Well, if you're not in the if you got to make the playoffs to be a sleeper team.
Not when you're going from the 4th overall pick to in the hunt. Like that's a
Well,
good
in the hunts
progression.
with and or.
Yeah.
So then we got common language. Week
That is
16. You want it or no?
I'll do week
yes
17.
Or no?
I mean, you,
Come on.
All right, week 17.
Week
There. Okay,
17.
yeah, you're strengthening. I'll take that.
That's
I'll take a
better
free
for
week.
real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I'll take it. No, I'm sorry, man.
Idiot.
Streets are filled with people like you.
he's a sucker.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, week 17. That's a bet. You guys saw it. It's legally binding.
That's
There we go.
fine.
Coffee bet.
I got faith.
We'll pay you
Okay.
$15 an hour. How about
That's after they
14 and I
play-
drive myself to work?
That's after they play
Done.
Tennessee. I need that Tennessee win to be in the graphic. So I think that's fine. I'll take that.
All right.
I also still owe you a coffee from the Sens. Rip.
Rip.
Damn Maple Leaf couldn't do it around earlier.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You do owe me a
Yep, I
coffee
do.
for that.
But I was gonna give it to you today, but I realized it's Bourbon Friday. I was like, you don't
Bourbon
want
Friday.
Yeah.
It's not Coffee Friday.
Shout out. All right.
All right.
Coffee.
Let me know what day you want it, and I'll get it for you.
Sports media nickel package.
Sports
Hold on
media.
just a second. So if I'm following this correctly, and this is what I'm looking at right now,
Week 17.
Christmas morning,
Oh damn it!
Christmas morning,
The pregame show.
the pregame show. Neil and I are going to be completely, I'm not even joking, completely hungover, right? Because in talking to you,
I will not be because I will be getting back on the horse at that point.
all right, well, I will be hungover because
Okay.
Christmas
Saddle up,
Eve is
Pony Boy.
Same. That's our big
my
day.
biggest drunk night of the year.
Yes.
It's a good one.
Christmas Eve, I'll be in here. I'm going to be miserable. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm
Well,
just
Sean,
telling
you know
right
why?
now.
You know why I'm going to get back on the horse? Because Christmas morning is really when you have a family, like with a wife and kids. It's the only acceptable morning to crack open a new bottle of bourbon at 10 a.m. on Christmas morning. So
I
I
think-
I don't care what happens Christmas
Benny,
Eve.
do you
Sean.
like logic like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I'm
I don't
in.
care. I don't care what happens.
checks out.
I don't care what happens. I'm not missing that. I don't care how hungover I am, Sean. I'm not missing that.
Somebody gets me a bottle of Canadian Club every year. It's great.
Hell yeah.
Like it's the best thing. It's the best
They
thing
do
ever.
not.
I wonder what that is in my stocking. You know, it's all right. So
I get
Do
my
you
dad
drink
Macallan.
Canadian Club at 10 a.m. on a Christmas
fuck
morning?
yes. Are you kidding me?
I get my dad a bottle of Macallan.
You jump right back on the horse. That's real.
Canadian Club's alcoholic shit, though, Sean.
I love Canadian Club. It's just a
That
good,
is-
solid
Nothing wrong with
rye.
little CC.
Well, you know what? We talk about your dad. Your as Scotch is to your dad,
Yeah.
a good rye is to me. So the only way that Justin wins this bet, the only way, is if on Christmas morning we're talking about the Jacksonville Jags in the what is it? And if or.
And if or.
It's such a great game. That's the best game.
Is that one of the best bits that you've come
It is.
across
It
in
really
this
is.
business?
That's like that.
You've birthed a lot of them, but I'm proud of
No,
that one.
that one's yours. I give credit
With
to where
and
credit-
an or.
So if Christmas morning we're talking about the Jacksonville Jags in with and or, Justin, you win the bet. And I promise you, I will remember
it's gotta
this.
be a Christmas miracle, is what you're
Literally,
saying.
I
Sean.
like it.
That's fine, it's fine.
You know what? You're betting the odds. I respect that. I respect that.
All right, let's take the break to stay on the clock.
And I'm putting real money on it too. I'm gonna be about it as well. I'm putting money on the 7.5.
All right, let's take the break to stay on the clock. Mad Packs,
Mad
right?
Packs. Check out the Mad Pack Minute all over Woodward Sports social media. Mad Packs is the newest, the hottest cannabis line that is dropping May 30th, so make sure you check it out. Go to getmadpacks.com to check out where you can find it. Tons of different dispensaries will carry it. It's awesome. They got the Blizzard Packs, THCA Moon Rocks, the high-low infused pre-rolls, and the Boom Shakalaka Keef-covered tarantulas. I'm telling you, this stuff is legit. They've also just got the regular flower. They've got the ice cream cake, which is really good. So make sure you check out Mad Packs. They're dropping May 30th, and they'll keep you lifted all summer long. It's Mad Packs.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. We got Tully, everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join him every Tuesday on Big D Energy and Thursdays on Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce here to keep you in the game, performing at your best. Visit him at MichiganSportsandSpine.com or give him a call at 248-426-9944.
Shout out, Gurley. Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sean Belizean, Chase, intern Simeon, more from him coming up in the next segment.
Well.
Shout
Always
out to
great
Bethany.
To see Bethany.
Yep, absolutely. She gave us the, that was like a prom homecoming queen wave right there.
Look at that.
10 meal, 10% off tonight.
That corner is just like, honestly.
The magic corner?
It really is. It's pouring.
10 meal, by the way. Get 10% off. Neil Rule, Sean Belizean. We have Chase. We have intern Simeon. Young Justin's hanging out. Spencer Raxter. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Corey Berry, around 500 after Thanksgiving, puts Jacksonville in the hunt in that division. Also in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Danny G, people like you everywhere. Neil's a racist, confirmed. I forget what was the context where I said that. There's people like you everywhere.
I'm not sure.
I remember saying it.
Oh, Justin, being a sucker.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, 100%.
Neil, we need, let's hammer this down so there's no debate, okay? It's May 23rd. The only way Justin wins this bet is Christmas morning. Yep. That's it.
Yes.
Yep.
If while we're doing our show and you are a pro, you adore facts and embrace facts like I do.
Not as much as I endorse with and or.
If Jacksonville is in and or, Justin wins the bet.
That's it.
That's it. Justin, do you agree to the terms?
Yes, I agree
Neil,
to the terms.
do you agree to the terms?
I do.
Spenny, you are an impartial
He's a notary of the
observer.
public.
You are the notary public. Do you agree to the terms?
Yes.
So let it be written, so let it be done.
And I do believe
I'm the Pharaoh.
And I do believe that having it on Christmas Eve or day is a lot more fun than having it end in Week 16 on some random Sunday.
I stand for the Republic.
I like that angle, even though I get worse odds of it because of it. I don't care. I think it's fun.
You want to know what the great kicker is? Like when I do the coffee bets, I end up getting the the protein shake. So
yeah, I know.
I got your ass.
Well, I'm gonna do the same thing. I don't like coffee. I only care about beating you.
Yeah, you do not need.
You don't even have to pay me.
You don't even
have to give me
you don't
coffee.
need to drink.
What are the terms of the
I just
bet?
wanna
Just
beat
so
you.
we know, what are the terms of the bet?
They got to be in the hunt in Week 17.
All right. So what, Justin? If you lose what?
Coffee.
Okay.
A protein shake.
Okay. Deal.
All right.
That's an intriguing bet. I like that. I'm another reason to look forward to Christmas morning.
All right. Sports media nickel package. Let's go.
Sports media nickel package. First question: the NFL is looking to reverse a 2% drop in TV viewership last season.
Wait a minute. They had a drop in viewership?
2%.
Wow.
One of the things they are going to do this year is increased flex options for Thursday Night Football on Amazon. It's about time, isn't it?
It's about, Sean, what were we doing all these years, man? What were we doing all these years?
All those weeks
Carolina,
the Tennessee
Jacksonville.
Titans. Right. The Tennessee
week
Titans,
14.
Jacksonville.
And
No.
you actively made me rally against your product. And I tried to talk sense into the people. Sean, I remember a bit, Spencer, you probably remember this, a couple years ago where I said, if, for real, I get you love football and I get the fantasy football angle, but A, if you have fantasy people on Jacksonville or Carolina, your fantasy team sucks, number one.
Yep.
And number two, you need to really take a look at your life. If you say Thursday Night Football, Jacksonville, Carolina, I'm in. Color Rush Thursday, I'm in. That's on you. That's a you problem.
Shout out
I'm
Color
watching
Rush.
the college football
Oh my
game that
God.
night. But
I'm watching UNC versus
Sorry,
NC State.
I am. I don't care. Neil, and I think the bigger thing goes to, I guess I just don't put as much into the television ratings as other people do, and maybe I'm an idiot. You can call me as such. The NFL does not need to, in any way, shape, or form, defend its crowd. Okay? And am I saying this partly because I'm an NHL fan? You bet your ass I am. All right? When all the people talk about the Stanley Cup playoff ratings being down, shame on them.
More on that in a second.
I'm not going to apologize for it. I think it's fantastic. And it's funny, like, people throw this at guys like Justin and I, and Spenny, I think I can include you in this group. And people say, oh my gosh, can you believe the ratings? And you know what my response is? Oh, shit, I guess I can't watch Edmonton and Dallas tonight.
Yeah.
The ratings suck, so I can't watch it.
Darn.
Oh, well, whatever will I do?
I couldn't believe
Maybe
that, dude.
Dallas is on or something. It's I'm sorry, it's an old bit. Listen, you don't need me to tell you the NHL is number 4 on the totem pole. Period.
When I was
5, 6, 7. I don't care.
6, 7.
I'm sorry. That stuff doesn't. That stuff doesn't matter to me.
the UFL is crushing them in ratings.
That's gross.
Crushing
What?
them.
Football's king in this country?
Well, so is NASCAR. Sorry,
Next
I'm sorry.
question.
Real
I'm
quick.
inviting you guys all over to the Legion 5 Double Odd. You guys, you think I'm joking
I'll be
in the
there for
summer?
that.
You're coming over my house.
Jack Stark in the chat. Is Al Michaels gone yet? Al Michaels makes $11 million a year to do Thursday Night
Why
Football.
on earth would he be gone?
Next down.
Next question of the sports media nickel package. Speaking of the NFL, the owners approved a change that would let teams wear their throwback jerseys 4 times a year, up from 3 times a year. I wonder why they would do that. Oh, it's because throwback jerseys represent 30% of all NFL jersey sales. Are you surprised that they sell that many throwback jerseys?
Spenny, you've been working on your tone, man?
Yeah, I'm trying.
That's wild. Real quick, Hurricane, Thursday college greater than Thursday NFL.
Slurred.
That's
More
fact.
often than not.
No doubt.
More often than not.
No, I'm not surprised, Sean, because as we talked about earlier, people like me, people like you, when we did the Cry Fest about today and senior year with our kids and stuff like that, we're getting older, and we are the first generation of the golden age of the NFL. We are. You and I are. We're the first generation of it. We like to feel good. Guys, here's the deal with everything. Whether it's music, throwback music stations have done this, as we are intimately familiar with, you and I. Throwback music stations have walked in the door and had tremendous ratings. But they've done that. We are like this. It's not the throwback jersey. That's not why we buy it. We buy the throwback jersey because of what the throwback jersey represents. A time in our lives where we didn't have kids and a job and 100,000,000 responsibilities. That's why we are desirous of that time. That's why we like the throwback jersey, Sean, because it puts us, even if we see it, it's the same with the song. When we hear the song, when we see the jersey, mentally it puts us in a place which was a great time in our lives, and that's why we love it.
We're the first generation where we can definitively say that the National Football League was the king. Okay, we are. And I think I told you this. Bill Keenest, longtime Detroit Lions,
Great dude.
VP. Big fan. Shout out, Bill.
Shout out, Bill.
Bill and I tried to figure out
He would only be watching Ermanni and Edwards, though. He wouldn't be watching this show.
Yes, he would. Hi, Bill. Moment zero. What is moment zero? What is moment zero? To me, the catch. Dwight Clark against the Dallas Cowboys is the moment that the NFL said, all right, we're not effing around anymore. We're the king. And then the next game was Super Bowl 16, coincidentally, at the Pontiac Silverdome. That is when America's pastime.
That was the first Patrick Mahomes.
It really was. Yep. America's pastime became America's past its time. And that doesn't mean that you don't still love baseball, okay? That's not a knock against baseball. But just in one man's opinion, and I know Bill kind of shares the opinion, I think that's when the NFL said, all right, we're not sitting in the back seat anymore. You're not strapping us to the car seat. We're an adult, and we're going to take over. And quite frankly, Neil, it has been legitimately 43 years of NFL dominance. To the point where even 20 years ago, Neil, you would still remember there were media yahoos out there that would say, baseball's still the greatest game. Baseball's still America's pastime. There isn't anybody with a shred of sanity in their mind that would argue that the NFL isn't king today. And that's happened in our lifetime. So I think that's a great point. The NFL, we are the first generation. We're the first generation.
Fair. Next down.
Next question of the Sports Business Nickel Package. TV ratings time. Knicks Pacers averaged 6.6 million viewers, the most watched Eastern Conference Finals since 2018.
What?
But we told Neil nobody cares about the NBA. Did we lie to Neil?
I'm going to leave that to you guys because the organization that signed a $76 billion TV deal, the NBA, even though you people told me that no one cares. I love this bit too, Sean, because the numbers say that you guys are lying to me. Who's lying to me? This is one of my favorite games, too. It's quickly becoming my favorite game.
Facts are mean sometimes. They are. I mean, that's just the way that it is, and you have to acknowledge it. You have to give a tip of the cap. Neil, you know the routine. This is one of the oldest bits in the world. NHL and NBA fans are left trying to pick whatever kind of scraps are up. And the back and forth between NHL and NBA fans is just funny to me. It has always been funny to me.
But Sean,
make no mistake about it, as an NHL fan, the NBA in that regard is superior.
Clear number two.
Let there be no
baseball
argument.
included.
Yeah, let there be no argument. I'm not one of those guys. Let's not be delusional, right? And I think you have to acknowledge as such.
It's wild to me, Sean. It is like the people act like the NBA like it is. They act like it's NASCAR or the NHL. With all due respect, I like the NHL. It's clearly not. It's a clear number two, ahead of baseball. Everybody, a clear number two. Next down.
Next question of the Sports Media Nickel Package. First round of the NHL playoffs, TV ratings were down 27%, and the second round is down 25%. It's always a combination of things, but what's the biggest reason why?
Sean, I want to hear your answer to this. I do, for real.
All right, so two things. Number one, let me get this out of the way. I don't give a fuck.
I know you don't, but why do you think it is?
Means nothing to me. As good as the first round is, I think the first round has become can't miss television. I really do. As good as the first round is, and especially I think if you look at, the Game 7 between Colorado and Dallas in particular, that was legendary. And what Mikko Rantanen did is he went from a guy that many people, yours truly included, said is by far the most underrated player in the game to establishing himself rightfully as one of the stars. I think because you didn't have a New York in there, I think because you didn't have a Detroit in there, I think because you didn't have a Chicago in there, LA doesn't even count, and it's unfortunate for them because they always have to face Edmonton, or so it seems. I think that's a huge part of it. I mean, you're talking about major markets, Boston, Detroit, New York, that didn't have a horse in the race, and I think that's a huge part of it. I do.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Lumberzack Jack. NHL needs the Red Wings back in the playoffs just as bad as Red Wings fans need the team back in the playoffs. That's not a lie. It would be a shot of adrenaline for the ratings.
I
You
agree.
need some original six in there.
The world is a better place when you have a relevant Detroit Red Wings. It is. And they... Sorry, Justin.
I mean, look what happened in 2008
They
when we
haven't
went
been
downhill.
they haven't been that relevant team. And I think what hurt this past year is taking the step back.
Michael Weary, unless the Wings are in the playoffs, I won't watch hockey during the playoffs. I'm just saying.
Wow.
Michael, thank you.
Wow, really?
Michael, thank you, though.
So
I'm just looking for honesty,
No,
Sean.
and I appreciate you. I'm not shitting on you. I hope you take this in the context in which I'm saying it. You're a Red Wing fan, not a hockey fan. And that's okay. Like, again, I'm not chastising you. I'm not pissing on you. You're a Red Wing fan as a hockey fan. Because I think, Justin, I can speak for you. I'll watch the World Championship.
Mm-hmm.
I know what it is. I know the best players aren't there. I know not to put too much into it.
I'm looking for the exit lane.
No.
We're going to talk Austria next?
No. I'm gonna watch it, and that's okay, Neil. When the NFL did the unthinkable and they canceled the season, when I heard people say I miss hockey, it drove me out of my mind. I mean, that kind of stuff, right? Throw my hat kind of shit. Because I was like, stop it. You miss the NFL or the NHL. You don't miss hockey, okay? Because if you missed hockey, you know what you have the OHL. You have college hockey. You can go over to Lawson. You can go over to Yost. You can go up to Munn. Don't give me this I miss hockey bullshit. You miss the NHL.
Shout out to
Specifically, let's tighten the screws even more. You miss the Red Wings. And that was okay. That's fine. I'm fine with it. But don't throw me I miss the game of hockey, because there were options out there. And that's what's always infuriated me. But that's okay. If you're just a Red Wing fan, be a Red Wing fan. You're in Detroit, for goodness sake. But don't put it under the blanket of hockey. There are lots of options out there for hockey if you want to watch hockey.
And just the Red Wings being irrelevant real quick, they aren't going to be relevant if they just make the playoffs either. That's not relevant.
I agree with you.
It would give them a shot in the arm for the first round.
It would give them a shot.
Ratings were down 27% in the first round. If the Wings made it, it would have been nowhere near that number. Nowhere near that number.
That's true.
I don't know. Then you'd lose the market of Montreal then. Pick your poison.
You're not losing the market of Montreal
Montreal-
anytime soon, young man.
Montreal's going to watch the playoffs regardless. Like Canada, the Canadian markets, they're going to watch the NHL playoffs
That's
regardless.
their shit, man.
The vast majority of Detroit fans won't unless the Wings are there.
Do we have any more?
Yeah, one more.
Oh, this is the one I've been wanting to get to for a month. Here we go, Sean. Sean, this is you.
This one's for Sean. The New York Islanders offered fans with digital tickets to Alexander Ovechkin's record-breaking game the chance to get a printed ticket for only $45. Would you get your ticket printed for $45, Sean?
Without
hesitation.
Yep.
You dork.
So when you I'm a complete dork. You know that. You guys have been to my house. I have 3 different like frame things with tickets of games that I've gone to. Okay. Not only that, I have it's called the memory box that Comerica Park sold me. I can't believe I bought it because all it is a shoebox with a bunch of Tiger logos on it. I bought
You bought it without hesitation?
I didn't even think about it. I bought a memory box so my son and I can look back and go, oh, wow, do you remember that game in the summer of 2011? Oh, that was so cool. Do you remember Anibal struck out 19 or whatever the fuck it was in that particular game? So, yes, beyond a shadow of a doubt, I would do $45. Absolutely.
I'd do it for $150. Straight up.
I know you would. What do you think the percentage is of people that went to the game that got tickets printed out for $45?
I think it's higher.
Hockey fans?
I think it's higher because people.
I don't care what anybody
80%?
says. Neil, you can get mad at me for saying this. Hockey fans are the most passionate fans out there.
Oh, for sure.
And I'll tell you why. We've had sand kicked in our face our entire lifetimes.
Right.
We've been told that our sport is number 4, 5, 6, 7.
7.
We've been told that our
6,
ratings
7.
suck. We've been told that,
They do.
all that stuff, right? And you know what we do? I go, bring it. Come on. Come on. You're just empowering
You're
me.
the David Goggins of hockey.
Who's going to carry the boats?
You know what you're doing? You're just...
Who's gonna carry the boats?
I'm the
Hockey fans?
ultimate warrior right now. I'm going fucking ape shit, you know. Yeah! I mean, that's where we're... I'm that guy. So...
He's a David Goggins of hockey.
I love hearing that stuff because all it does is make me say, well, I'm going to watch even more. And by the way, the Memorial Cup is starting. So
It's cold outside. Good.
Yeah.
The wind's in my face. Good.
Yes. That's where we're at. But no, Neil, we're the most passionate fans in the world, and I think because we're the most passionate fans, with all due respect, I think to international soccer. I think that there's some passion there that is very comparable.
Those Serbian basketball fans are pretty
right,
crazy
that
too.
too.
You seen
I
that?
mean, like legitimately, because of that, Neil, I think we're more apt to do dumb shit like that. We are.
Shout out Kendrick Nunn, by the way. Signed the largest Euro contract in history, by the way.
Hey, shout
Hey,
out.
shout out. Get that bag.
He
So
did.
you
Almost
guys-
$20 million.
Spenny, you were
damn.
over my house. I don't think Justin and Neil, you guys have been.
I've never been.
I
It's a
have
nice spot.
like Mike Babcock's. Remember?
Two deadly dogs though.
Mike Babcock's legitimate chalkboard.
Yeah.
Like literally, I got that. I'm not going to tell you how I got it, but I got Mike Babcock. Like it was so funny when Mac walked down the stairs the first time. He kind of looked at it. He was like, "Oh, dude, I'm having flashbacks." It was kind of like he was going like that and stuff. We hockey
Franzen
fans,
won't go in the basement.
we do dumb shit like that. Like we do. I have more dumb, useless paraphernalia and memorabilia than you could shake a stick at. But if you're a hockey fan, you can justify it. And that's why, Justin, like you said, $150, I don't think anybody would hesitate to do that.
I'm pretty sure our chat mom, Tammy Chin's, talked about multiple times all the different stuff that her and her husband have collected over the years. I mean, they
Shout out
really
chat mom.
go all out. So, shout out Tammy.
All right, Woodward Sports chat thread, smash the numbers. Indy 500 is such a weird thing. Indy cars are lower on the totem pole than Detroit City FC in terms of interest. We lead the league in TV ratings. I'm not going to say it's because of me. I'm not.
Not gonna say it's not though.
You know what's
I
funny,
didn't say
though,
that,
Neil?
for the
That's
record.
another thing that has changed. When we were younger, the younger people, the Indy 500 was the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like, stop what
Well,
you're
Sean,
doing, the
like,
Indy's on.
the reason I read that is because he's like, except for that one F1 event, is 5,280 times bigger. No, because this, guys, look, I give you the key to this all the time, and the reason we do the sports media nickel package and stuff like that, like it's talk for me, but you guys have said you enjoy it. The ratings seem to do okay when we do it. All this does is drive home the fact we are a big event Instagram society where I can take my picture and say, I'm at the Indy 500, and you're not. I'm at the Pistons playoff game, and you're not. Which backs up to the fact when the Pistons lose said playoff game, you get angry, not because the Pistons lost, because your Instagram photos aren't as cool. Challenge me.
I'm not.
I didn't even
I'm
take any.
laughing
I
because
didn't
of
even take any
facts.
pictures at the Pistons playoff game when I went there. I went there by myself. Nobody wanted to buy a ticket. I said, "Fuck it."
You're the exception,
I'll
not
fucking
the rule.
Glansberg it. Went down there,
Yeah.
got hammered at second best. Was standing next to some guys sitting next to me. Watched the show. I was like, "Hell yeah!" Me and them were getting rowdy.
Yeah, I mean,
Dude, I'm
And then
guilty
Tim
of-
Hardaway
even-
Jr. got
even
fouled.
An old guy, I sent him to you guys. I got to go into, I don't even, the Players Club or whatever. I know a guy. I'll leave it at that. I got to go in the Habs locker room. I took pictures with a bunch of guys. I sent them to you guys. Hell yeah. We
Yeah.
all get off on
Fuck
that
yeah.
shit, right?
Yeah, Spenny was hyping me up when I interviewed ASP. That was a huge moment for me.
Yeah,
I've
that
been
shit's
talking
awesome.
about ASP for 2 years now.
Hell yeah.
Woodward Sports chat there, smash the numbers. Why print out a ticket? Just take a picture and have it framed. Sean.
Different.
See, disagree.
Different.
I'm
Way
sorry.
different.
I miss the ticket. One of the
So do I.
coolest days of the year, like we had season tickets for the Tigers forever, right? My kid just, that was his thing. And so I said, if I'm buying a season ticket, even though I'm a bigger hockey fan, I'm going to buy Tiger season tickets because that's my kid. When that season ticket package came in that envelope,
Oh, yeah.
and you looked at that strip, man, I'm not joking. It was like looking at porn.
It was.
It was like there's Sasha Grey, there's Eve Lawrence.
Hell
there's,
yeah.
like, honestly,
Hell yeah.
I mean, it really was. It was.
my
that
shit just got real.
that
That's my kind of nickel package.
It was boner-inducing. I mean, it really was. And every year we talk about the different ticket styles. I miss that. I really do. I miss that.
And now there's an app for it, and people are like, "Oh, it's amazing." I don't want to put my ticket in an app. That's completely different. It's not even in the same stratosphere. I want the ticket with the player, and I want it in paper.
I love your old soul. That's all, to hear a young guy say that. I couldn't agree with you more.
I despise that app. I literally hate that app.
Woodward Sports Super Chat, Great Lakes 24. Rest in peace to the last non-MLS team in the U.S. Open Cup this week. Do you know the only non-MLS team to win the U.S. Open Cup? Yes, Rochester.
And the paper tickets are cool. I loved getting the ticket, like you said, with Granderson on it or with whoever on it.
It was awesome.
Very cool.
Polanco.
Until you forget them on the counter.
Yeah.
I'd much rather just have it right here and be like, here you go, I'm in the game.
That's facts. All right.
Well, wouldn't it be nice, just like best of both worlds? You have the electronic ticket to get you in the venue. If you want, you can go to the ticket office, they'll hand you the physical copy, and then you're good.
And real quick, we got a little thing here. It's kind of a sidebar, but the Detroit Lions were the only team on the Philadelphia Eagles schedule that voted against banning the tush push.
Yeah.
Every other team that the Eagles play next year said you should ban it.
We got to stop it.
Yeah, and they got the guys to do it.
Stop it.
And they got the guys to do it. You got some big bodies up in the middle.
What if they stop the tush push and they win that game?
This is the biggest problem that I have, and when people make comparisons like this, okay, this isn't Kansas State versus Northwest Wyoming Tech, okay? You're being a dick if you keep going. There's no other reason. You're being a dick if you keep your ones in and you keep running your offense. This is the National Football League. All things are considered equal.
Suck it, dude.
Stop it.
Yeah. You don't like it? Stop it.
Stop it.
And we got the bodies to do it.
I don't like it because it's a rugby play. It's rugby. It's not football. It's rugby.
I'm not going to argue with that, but I think the overall point remains. Stop it.
Yeah, but I'm not saying outlaw.
Yeah. No, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm as long as you're not saying that, we have no beef.
And it's not like it's got this 100% success rate. Like Philadelphia is really the only team that executes it successfully on average. Like often. Like I saw Josh Allen try to do it and get stuffed like 3 times last year. It's because Jalen Hurts squats 700 pounds like that he can do
No
that.
one talks about Spenny again.
Yeah.
No one talks about that. You know why it works?
Yeah.
Because of Jalen Hurts.
Absolutely.
Because Jalen Hurts is different than everybody else. As much as you don't want to admit it.
Yeah.
He is.
And now you've got Saquon too. Those are probably the 4 nastiest quads in the NFL. Like, it's going to be hard to stop because of those guys. You got
for reference.
The nastiest quarterback quads being pushed by the nastiest running back quads. Like they're gonna.
When they had Travis Kelce too, I mean, they didn't have Saquon,
Jason
but
Kelce.
but Jason Kelce. Yeah, you had the best quads on the O line right in front of Jalen.
For reference sake, Barry squatted 2,000 pounds.
Yeah, that's
Barry
insane.
Sanders. 2,000 pounds.
That doesn't even make sense.
You could argue that the Chiefs won that game by stuffing the tush push of Josh Allen.
Yeah.
That was a definitive part of that game.
Absolutely.
All right, when we come back, a pivotal moment for intern Simeon from Missouri.
There we go.
It's his.
Don't fuck this up, kid.
It's his Pistons trade nickel package. The eyes of a nation are going to be on intern Simeon.
Tell us about Buddies.
What do I need to tell you about Buddies? Look at it! That's Buddies. Right there. And you get 10% off, by the way, if you use the promo code 10MEAL when you use buddiespizza.com to order. There's over 20 Buddies in and around the Metro Detroit area, so there's one close to you. If you're going down to the Tigers-Guardians game for some sadomasochistic reason, look at it outside. But if you're going, good for you. Go to Buddies on Broadway. We were there. We had a great time. It's across the street from Comerica Park. It's right in the mix in downtown Detroit. Look, Buddies is a great Detroit partner. They have great partnerships with the Detroit Zoo, the Michigan Humane Society, and they invented Detroit-style pizza. 1946. They've withstood the test of time. Buddies Pizza, the original Detroit-style pizza. We're happy to have them here with us at Woodward. Buddies Pizza, do it up, everybody.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
The boys of summer are here, and Woodward Sports is all over the Motor City with the White Claw Tigers Tour. Come party with Woodward Sports, watch the Tigers, and sip on some White Claw all summer long. The best bars, big giveaways, live events, and a party that only Woodward Sports can throw. Ain't no party like a Woodward Sports party. Join us Friday, May 23rd from 5 to 7 with the heavyweights at McShane's in Detroit for the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw, Easttown, and Van Johnson.
Neil Rule here for Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Guess what? Scan the QR code on the screen above my head. Download the Caesars app. Then fund your account up to $1,000 using the promo code Woodward1000. Then you make your first bet. If you lose, you get the first bet back as a bonus bet, all the way up to $1,000, everybody. Caesars, man, they're one of the OGs of the game. The app is clean. It doesn't glitch out. They have all the markets for you. All of it is right there for you with Caesars. Use the promo code Woodward1000, everyone. Caesars, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sean Valesian, Nickel Package Friday, Bourbon Friday. Shout out Barchaz. Those are the ones that make this whole thing go.
Good.
We have you're a fan, man.
So good.
Better than that Canadian club. It is.
It is
Robert's
outstanding. Top notch, no doubt.
top 5 name in Woodward Sports Chat history. Always good to see him in here. Robert Sloppy Toppenheimer says, Zion would cost way too much. Give me a KD for cheaper.
Well, it's interesting you say that.
KD would probably cost more.
Intern Simeon is here in the house. He makes his debut. He's sitting in the massage chair. The world is stacked against him right now. This is his nickel package that he came up with. He's going to deliver it. Shout out Gary Pinkel. Is the SEC speed real?
It's real. It's
Missouri.
real.
Yeah.
It's real.
Is it real?
It's real. Yeah, for sure.
Are you nervous right now?
A little bit, but
Are you?
that's a good thing, right?
Dude, you're
Isn't that a
talking
good
to
thing?
us.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, we're idiots. Like,
And
just
in
chat
the
with
word,
us, man.
and in
I'm
the
right there with
word,
you.
right?
There you go.
and in the words of the great urban philosophizer Debo, stop being a bitch and come on. All right, let's go.
Good
You
words.
ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do
Pistons
it.
trade nickel package. Intern Simeon, let's go.
Let's do it. We're starting with Jabari Smith. We're giving Tobias Harris, Marcus Sasser, and a second-round pick.
The reasoning.
Rockets going to stay competitive. They have Fred VanVleet one more year, expiring deal. They get an expiring contract. They can't re-sign Jalen Green, Şengün, and
That's a lot.
Amen. Somebody's got to go, right? Nobody can fit into the whole picture. We upgrade Tobias, I think. I saw some things from Jabari Smith in the Warriors series.
Okay.
He didn't average a ton of points, but rebounding, he's in there. Stretches the floor for Cade a little bit more than Tobias, I feel like. And we get a little bit cheaper next year to bring back Beasley if we want him, Schroeder.
So this is
guys
the
like
cap flexible kind of
Yes.
trade.
He's not being a slapdick. Can I give him?
It's outside. It's outside the box.
Yes.
No one's saying that.
No, and he's not being a slapdick either. You know where, Lindsey Hunter and Buda Edwards for et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
He's not Terry Mills. He's not being a slapdick. So you get a thumbs up for that.
Chuck Brewer in the chat. No hard pass. DNC ENT. No on Jabari. Someone will outbid that deal. DNC ENT, fair. Fair play. For Chuck to say no hard pass, I don't hate it. I was a Jabari guy. Spencer Raxter. You were a Jabari guy.
Yeah, I like Jabari Smith.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
We like Jabari Smith. We did, 100%. It's the crowd, and the crowd's not going to like it. They're not. But I see the basketball reasons. I do. It's not because I have my eye on bigger things than that. I'm going to say no, but I love the give. I'll tell you this. If you told me Houston would take it, and the door has closed in some other things, 100%. 100%.
I respect the effort. You thought outside the box. You didn't go slapdick.
Robert Sloppy Toppenheimer. Jabari is a good player. IT Hips. No thanks on Jabari Smith.
Jabari is a good player, and he's going to get better. He needs somewhere to shine. I don't know if that's Detroit per se. Would he be an upgrade to Tobias Harris right now? Probably not. But he's obviously got the potential. He's still a very young player. Rookie deal. But then that puts you in the same situation as Houston, because you got to make decisions on Jalen Duren and Jaden Ivey, and then you throw Jabari Smith in that mix as well. You're right there,
I
too.
didn't think about
that.
Right?
I see it as like a Jabari Smith, hopefully with a change of scenery gets better.
Yeah, I think he would.
And then he doesn't even, to me, he doesn't even play in. Like, you got Asar, Ivy, Duren still. You got to get them down first, and then we'll see about Jabari. But you get cheaper for next year to stay more competitive with Beasley, anybody else outside of that. Jabari, if you're good for us, great. I don't think it gets much worse than Tobias.
You know what? I'm going to say no, but I'm not going to shit on you.
Yeah,
100%. That's fair. Jason Kenyon, Simeon, Mr. Missouri. Have you went to Little Marshall, Momo, Val, or down to Jefferson City yet?
Been to Jeff City once or twice. Not Marshall.
What does that mean?
No, not Marshall. No idea where that is. No clue.
You've been to Jefferson City once or twice?
Couple
Is
times.
it like dope down there? Or what?
No, it's not that nice. No,
Oh.
It's nothing great. Nothing great. Capital City, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, there it was. Real quick, Woodward Sports chat thread. Kuminga over Jabari Smith. Well, Kuminga's going to cost you better part of 20
Shout out to Cum Bucket.
20 plus.
I don't hate that.
Yeah.
Like, that's risky. All right, let's go. Second down.
All right, Cameron Johnson from Brooklyn, and we give him Tobias Sasser and a couple first-round picks. It's kind of similar to what the Knicks did with Mikal Bridges. I don't think 5 first-round picks is very feasible. That doesn't make sense to me. But sharpshooter can play some D, opens up the floor for Cade like we saw with Brunson. He just did it to us. So I think that's a idea.
I was a big Cam Johnson's guy, and I knew it was going to take a bag to get him.
Yeah.
And it was. Like the restricted thing at Spenny, you and I talked about this one. We're both big Cam Johnson guys. I'm curious to get your take, Spenny.
I think that's too much for what Cam Johnson is. I think.
Hey, but what about the Knicks thing?
The Knicks thing is
Bridges,
aggressive.
5 first-round picks for Bridges.
And I think Bridges is a lot better than Cam Johnson, but that's why you wouldn't be paying as much for sure. But still, obviously 3 and D is what everybody needs. That's what Cam Johnson is. He could play. He can guard a 4. He could play 3. You could do him a lot of different things. But I don't know. That's a lot to give up.
Have we graduated to...
And he's injured a lot.
Have we graduated to the Woodward Sports Store of fuck them picks? I don't give a fuck about the picks right now.
That's fair.
You're in?
I'm not even saying in particular with this right now. When people say, "Ooh, I don't want to give up 5 picks," haven't we graduated in 1 year? Seriously, I'm not being funny. Haven't we graduated? I don't give a fuck about picks.
Not anymore. We've
not
crossed
anymore.
that bridge.
We're past that point.
So if you don't care about the picks, it's Tobias and it's Sasser to make the money work. So it's basically nothing.
Sure.
I don't hate it.
No.
And those 2 picks are probably under the Cade umbrella either way. Are you really that worried? If you're giving away 2 first-rounders and you have that much trust in Cade, who cares?
Simeon Rice, dude. Simeon Rice, you're doing all right.
He's rushing the quarterback.
How many people understand the reference to Simeon Rice?
About 7%.
Would you say 7? I would say 5.
Okay.
Spenny, Simeon Rice.
Nope.
You don't know
You're
who he
familiar
is?
with Simeon Rice? All right, Chase is. Okay.
He would have been your kind of guy. Look him up, Spenny. Look him up. He would have been your kind of guy.
It should have been so much more at the NFL level, but
it was a lot.
It was, but it should have been so much more.
He played for the Bucks?
Yeah.
It should have been
what
more.
You know him as. All right, next down.
What, was he a big drinker? Is that what he said?
I can't speak to that.
Yeah.
It's just he would have been your style guy. If he were in the NFL today, you'd be clamoring for him to be the other DM.
Yeah, he should have got off more.
Okay, fair. Next down.
All right, this is for
I was
you,
more of
Neil.
an Allstott guy,
Yes.
though.
You
When
told me
when
I
think of
couldn't.
when I think of that era of Bucks, I think of Mike Allstott. I don't think Simeon Rice.
Pewter. How is pewter a color?
Yeah.
All right, intern Simeon, let's go.
Yeah, you said I couldn't do this if I didn't include Zion. So
Yeah.
here's Zion.
Okay.
We're gonna give Tobias, Ron Holland, Fontecchio, and 2 first-rounders. I'm not giving up Ivy in a deal for Zion. I just don't.
Okay.
I don't think that's worth it. Holland probably isn't enough to move the needle for
You're
them.
right.
I feel like, but I think the future first could be enough to get him off of Zion because they're kind of just stuck.
But they still have Zion.
Yes.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
And you look, you guys know where I am with it. Ivy's gonna have you gotta present it to your fans if you're New Orleans. You gotta present it to your fans. And I think that Ivy is a part of that deal.
Yeah.
In any way that you shake it. I respect your hustle.
Wow.
I what?
Simeon Rice won Defensive Rookie of the Year the year I was born.
That's true. See,
He
there you
was
go.
he was so dominant. Like he was one of those guys. It's almost disrespectful though. Sorry to Simeon from Missouri. He was so dominant coming out of Illinois. Like I thought he was going to be a transcendent player. As good in his career as he had, honestly, I thought it'd be more.
8 seasons in double-digit sacks.
Wasn't he third overall? I think he was third overall, right? And he had well over 100 sacks. I like he was the guy I thought would be transcendent. He was damn good player. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be transcendent.
He got drafted the year a legend was born. So
That's true.
Good for him.
Woodward Sports chat thread. DNC ENT, Ivy needs to be in the deal for Zion, which I agree with you 100%.
Yep.
And here come the people, Sean. IT Hips, I'm all in on that deal. Chuck Brewer, I wouldn't trade Tech for Zion. No faith in Zion ever being dependable. Paper Chunga, Zion will be hella nice for 15 games, then hurt. And Cook, then you don't pay him.
Yep.
How many times do I have to talk about this, Sean? He agreed to this contract. 6 weight checks per year. 61 games played. That's the way you pay him the max. It's the only way he gets his max money. And that's why I'm comfortable with it. If you want to be big, you got to do big moves. And big moves are taking this guy that when he plays is 25 and 10. 25 and 10. Efficient too. 25 and 10. Sean, I'll risk it every day. And if you told me, Sean, in the end it's not going to work, then I'm cool with it, because what can we do then? Let him go and move on.
Nothing
with our
personal.
cap space.
Nothing personal. It's just business, man. I mean, really, I hate to pull that line out of Godfather. Nothing personal, just business. You can't do what you do. Bye-bye.
All right, next one.
This is the one I want. Derek White from Boston. They have to trade somebody. I don't think it would be Derek White, but if they do, we'll give him Ivy, a couple first rounders, or Stu, Ron Holland, and a couple first rounders. I would give anything for Derek White.
Stu, Ron Holland, and a couple first rounders for Derek White is aggressive.
I'd give anything for Derek
If you
White.
want to do something, you got to do something.
That's too much for me.
Maybe one. I think they might do one first rounder if it's
I don't
Stu,
know if
Ron.
I give up Stu and Ron
one.
for Derek White without them.
I don't like giving up Stu and Ron.
They
either.
gotta move
That's
them.
They have to do something.
They got to move him.
Hey, Spenny, like, look,
I'm not giving up Stu and Ron for Derek
they
White.
just sold the team for $6 billion, and the new ownership said, we got to get under the second apron because you can't operate like this. You can't. They got to trade. They got to trade somebody.
Yeah.
It's him or Jaylen Brown. Like, they got to trade somebody.
I'm not giving up Stu and Ron for Derek White, though.
I feel like they're gonna try and get rid of Drew Holiday. The problem with that is they have to attach something to Drew Holiday. They're not gonna get anybody to take that. That contract's bad. He's 34 with 3 years left. Derek White's only 30,
Damn,
4
he's
years
got
left.
3 years left?
Yeah. Derek White's 30 with 4 years.
Listen to the kid.
Upgrades Ivy. Great on. He becomes your number 2 defender. Takes pressure off Kate on defense.
Definitely.
Takes pressure off
Dude,
on offense.
Drew would be a nice piece.
I don't like.
Drew's kind of old. If you could get Derek White, like if I'm giving up.
We could take on Drew with Derek White. Do you think Tom Gores would do it? We're going to the aprons, though.
That's into the aprons.
Yeah, and then that
sure.
takes out Beasley coming back and Schroeder. I just feel like Drew
too
Holiday's
much.
not my. Drew Holiday's.
All right, well, you tell me, Spenny.
That's too. I agree. If you're looking at Derek White, I would think about that for certain. If you're talking Jaden Ivey and something for Derek White, I would
What's your
think
and
about
something?
that. I don't know, first round pick. Jaden Ivey, the first round pick. That's something I would
Would you
look
take
at.
that for him?
I would, yeah.
If you were Boston?
If you're Boston, you're desperate to get under the apron. I think so. That's a great young player, but then you'd have to pay Ivy too. No, they're not going to want Ivy. They're going to want somebody with more team control.
Can we say
I'm
this?
I'm not giving up on Ron Holland.
Can I say this? I think we're all burying the lead right now. And you know what I mean? Kid's nailing it.
Yeah, oh, he's doing great.
You're nailing it. And you know what? You're stoking conversation. So props to you.
Woodward Sports chat thread, John effing Lord, not bad rookie.
There you
all
go,
right,
kid.
big finish. Jake, the new kid's coming for someone's job.
There you go.
Easy now. All right, last one.
All right, we're going to Phoenix. We're getting KD.
Yeah!
Why not?
Give the people what they want, Ruck!
All the work.
saved the
Did you hear
finish.
Neil?
Yeah.
Did you hear Neil? Like
Yeah.
80% he was in, and then he just got off the highway.
You guys
Yep.
talk amongst yourselves. Figure it out.
What do you got? What's the deal look like?
I said we give him Tobias, Ivy, Tech. I don't want to give away Ron Holland if you want. It's more about giving picks to them. The cupboards are empty there.
They need
They've got
picks.
nothing. 3 picks, 3 in a swap, whatever you want. I don't care. A year of KD with Cade? Are you kidding? Asar?
You're kidding me. I don't want it. But you guys talk amongst yourselves.
I mean,
Go ahead.
I feel like you've got a top 5 chance at a title with KD next year.
KD
I
and
think
D.
that. I mean, you're automatically in the upper tier of the NBA.
That's aggressive.
In my opinion.
I agree with you.
Going to Jefferson
we
City
are.
with
No,
this shit.
I agree with him 100%. Kevin Durant was not the problem in Phoenix. Kevin Durant was the only reason that Phoenix team was even close to being close to the playoffs. He is still a fantastic player. You bring him in here, you talk about, Cade can't score down the stretch of playoff games. Cade can't be a finisher. You bring in Kevin fucking Durant, a guy that can shoot from anywhere on the floor and get his bucket at any time, to be the second fiddle. That makes you a top 3 team in the East next year.
Tobias, Ivy, Holland, 3 first-rounders?
Yes.
Damn.
This is where I got off the exit a little bit later than Neil, but when you told me you become one of the favorites for a title, I don't think that's the move that makes you a favorite for a title.
I think we get one of the greatest scorers of our generation.
I think he's the greatest offensive weapon in the history of the NBA.
Yeah.
And you look at, he's not what he used to be, but he's still a lot better than a vast majority of the NBA. I think that this isn't the year they make a move, so I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they're going to trade. I think they're going to run it back with their young core, see what they got. So next year, I think that's the summer of, we're going to talk about them grabbing somebody serious.
Yeah.
But if that was the move this year, Kevin Durant would be the piece that would push you up to another level.
I agree with that too, and I feel like the KD thing, there's not a lot of risk to it because he's on an expiring. As soon as this year ends, you take a swing for the fences, great title chance. If it doesn't work, guess what?
And
you're cap flexible again next year.
There couldn't be a better fit next to Cade Cunningham or with Jalen Duren than Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant could play the 4. Kevin Durant has shown that he can protect the rim. Obviously, he's one of the best shooters in the history of the league. You can put him anywhere. He can create his own shot. He can move the ball up and down the court.
I get it.
We know who Kevin Durant is.
Yeah,
You don't got to look far for Kevin Durant's resume. You put a top 15 history of the NBA player next to Cade Cunningham.
My problem with it is the gun is empty of bullets at that. 3 first-round picks. The gun is empty.
That's what's going to happen, and that's why I don't think it's going to be this year that happens. But you're going to unload the clip soon to get somebody next to Cade. So if you're doing it this year, it would be for Kevin Durant.
Philemon, I'd give you an A-. You did a really good job. You really did.
Great Beard 78 intern. Well, intern, you started well. Jake, did the kid just take Neil's job?
Give him a letter grade. No, sir, I give him an A-.
B+.
Yes. Seriously, it was thought-provoking. I didn't agree with all your assessments, in
That's why I
particular
liked
the
it,
last
kind of.
one. But that's a good thing. And here's a kid in real time. 10 minutes ago, he was literally shaking. He was nervous. He admitted to everybody that he was nervous.
He was talking about Jefferson City, Missouri.
Look at that guy now. He's Stephen A. Smith over there in the chair.
Great
job.
Robert Sloppy Toppenheimer in the super chat. How can you be calm for Zion and say no to
I think
Durant?
he means I think he meant clamoring.
Oh, how can you clamor for
Zion
and say no to Durant? Because the money's protected and it's not going to cost near as much.
And he's a lot younger, but the injuries are still there.
But it's protected.
Yeah. But before we get out of here, Neil, you want to tell the people about the White Claw tour?
Yeah, absolutely, man, because you guys are doing it tonight. Tonight is the night, bro. The White Claw Tigers tour. That's right. Be at McShane's tonight, as a matter of fact. Join the Woodward Heavyweights, McShane's Pub. They're going to be doing it. You can be part of the fun. See the reactions live on Woodward Sports Network to the best team in baseball. Spencer and Easy tonight for the watch party at McShane's Irish Pub in Corktown. It's a White Claw watch party brought to you by Easttown Distributors and Ben Johnson Law.
How many nickel packages did we miss?
2.
It's
No
better
Red
than I
Wings-
thought, Neil.
No Red Wings, no Tigers.
Oh, it's better than I thought. I mean, the Red Wings one has been on hold for about a month now.
Yeah,
but
a
it's
little
timeless
while.
though. But it's kind of timeless. All right, can I ask you guys the decision coming up? One for the nickel package today. You guys saw the lineup for the Lakeland Tigers. There are decisions coming up. Decisions that need to be made. Is it JHM and Badu that are gone?
Yes.
When these guys
No.
come back?
Yes.
Don't they have a roster spot? They have a roster
They have a
spot.
roster
or two.
spot.
There might be 2.
Badu's definitely gone.
When are we done? Like, I know we had
after
the-
Veerling takes his first bat this summer, after Veerling takes his
Can
first
we
at bat this
agree
summer.
that it was fun and it was magical like 2 years ago?
Yep.
But since that time, he's hitting 140 in the last 2 years. Like, when are we done?
Can I, and you know my feelings are, can I also throw this in there? Can we all agree fuck Cleveland, and that's like by far, in a
Fuck
way, our biggest
Cleveland.
rival now? Can we all agree?
Fox
that?
too.
No, like, guys, I told you this and I got killed. Remember, Sean? You were here.
Mm-hmm.
I got killed. The team I fear is Cleveland.
Yep.
The team I fear is
I
Cleveland.
agree with
and
you.
We were hyping it up and everything. If they sweep Cleveland,
I
they're
agree
up
with
10
you.
on Cleveland. Well, guess what? If Cleveland sweeps us, they're back 2.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying. Next one. Do it real quick. Tigers nickel.
That
Wrap
was the
it up.
last one.
That was 2.
What? Oh.
That's all right. We sped forward. It's all right. That's
Did we?
all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all we wanted to do. All right, that's it. Good show today.
It was.
Have a great holiday, gentlemen.
Yes.
Have a great Memorial
long
Day.
weekend. I'll see
Yes.
you guys in a week. We're not here
And
Monday.
thank you for everyone that what. Don't
Thank
forget.
you for
Don't
your
forget
service,
what Memorial
seriously.
Weekend is about.
No doubt.
Yes.
The Danny Racksters and the My Dads and everybody
No, my
else.
dad's.
We're not
my
here
dad's
Monday,
Veterans,
so
my
I'll
dad's
see you guys
Veterans
next
Day.
Friday.
Yeah,
Memorial
absolutely.
Weekend is for
Those who have fallen.
those who have fallen, protecting
hey,
us.
When we're all out getting drunk and eating hot dogs, just take 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Remember who lost their lives to allow us to do that.
Yep.
Right. For Sean Belesian, Chase, Simeon the intern, Young Justin, Spencer Raxter, I'm Neil Rule. Thanks for tapping in. Have a great weekend, everybody. Well, see you later.